We're switching! Hold! Hold! Hey, welcome everybody! How are y'all doing? Yeah, looks like y'all are coming through nice and well.
There we
Looks
go.
like everything's
Now
good. Game audio. Looks everything's green. Hey, Piranha, this is not available. Ooh, dive.
Okay.
You need to interact with your surroundings.
I
Aim
think
this way.
the Discord reactive is a
Oh.
pretty good size.
Yeah. Actually, I need to move it a little. Just a little bit.
Who the fuck did that? Who the fuck did that?
Who did what?
Fucking Hilarion Moist jump scared me. I was in my OBS editing shit, and I just see Moist critical pop in my face.
That's funny.
Oh, hi Hilarion.
Oh. I'm doing good, thanks. Thanks for asking. Oh, which Fugi is it? I honestly keep switching.
It's a nice
like
one,
a tiny
I'll say
little,
that.
it's like a little angry bird type Fugi.
Yeah.
Oh, it's slimed on Dodo. It's for Slime Rancher.
Oh, that's so cute. I love it.
Aw.
I actually made a Excel sheet where I went down through every combination of slime and then we rated which ones we liked the best out of all possible
Oh my
combinations.
goodness.
So if you're wondering how I usually play games, it
Hilarion.
usually involves with Excel sheets. So yeah.
I did see it, Hilarion, because I was looking at my settings in the stream chat, so I saw it pop up in my activity feed. But you're trying to scare the shit out of me today. You got me with the voice critical though. That surprised me because I was not expecting it. Nice shot.
But yeah, definitely go through the quick tutorial.
Oh! I got hit. I got hit with my own ball.
Get fucked, pussy.
Oh.
Come back here. Let me shoot you. Let me shoot you.
Ooh, the hook shot. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. I see how it is, cute boy. I see how it is.
I'm sorry, Hilarion.
Oh! Get over
I
it!
was
Hey!
looking to
No!
my right.
Oh my god.
You know what? I need to practice the target anyway. Perfect.
Should be useful.
I love little skips.
Oh no! You burnt your fingertips.
Yeah, Streamlabs. I don't think you have to log into Tangia. I don't normally have to log into Tangia.
Alright, we'll try it.
Oh,
Well,
oh, there is coffee. There is coffee.
There is
Huh.
coffee. BK, there's coffee in this game.
Oh. So how do I
Mike, you fucking. Alright, I just went live.
electromagnet?
Oh.
Oh. Oh, it's a shield. You wouldn't
Yeah,
shoot a
the shield's
bubble boy, would you?
Basically, yeah, it does that. It will not
Just a
protect you
big
from the
box.
orbital laser, though.
A rocket launcher. Anybody want to be a guinea pig?
I would love to.
We both can be. You have to get,
Ooh, whoa. Guinea pigs don't get shot with rockets.
That's what it means
Wait.
to be a guinea pig when I have a new item.
I'm changing my title right now.
I unfortunately have to go. I'm sorry. I have to finish this 6-hour stream, so I'm a bit tired. No, you're good. I hope the Baldur's Gate stream went well. You
Yeah.
do what you need
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
I saw you playing that. I like a lot.
I
And then
will say
drop
that
it.
the coffee is like better than the dang golf cart.
Yeah.
Apparently,
It takes
y'all are.
so fast.
I'm like looking for the sprint button, and I'm like, no, there is not. Oh no!
Wada. I see you. Looking for saying hi.
Well, I have a nuh-uh.
No, come back here, you stupid
Hello,
ball.
So, very good tip I've learned.
Uh-huh.
Is that
We can't hit each other's
the
ball.
landmines,
Okay.
they're okay if like you plant them, but a good technique you can use is like dropping the landmine, which is pressing F,
Mm-hmm.
and then you
I'm okay with
swing at past max and hit someone with it, and it will basically just lock onto them and just hit them.
Oh, like this.
Oh, that's why I'm not finding it. The 1D list is what the underscore 1D list.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be doing.
Yeah. I wanted to make it as complicated as possible for everyone involved.
Perfect. And then dot dot
It's
dot,
unique.
Psy, dot dot dot, and Ranikki Sunshine.
Never knew this. I have
Now, what
to
is
start it.
this?
I do the thing I did. The thing again.
Uh-huh.
What?
And Psy, dot dot dot, Ranikki Sunshine.
Interesting. Well, we do like new grounds.
I'm just gonna let it say it's now live. Super Apple. Cool. Change the names. Yep, you are
Ooh, I think I
correct. This
overshot.
is not Coast Companions. Actually, yes it is. They changed directions very rapidly. They decided that game wasn't good and they wanted to do this one.
Yeah, also, you're not in the shared chat yet, honey.
I'm aware. Thank you.
Okay.
But I'll have to check that show out. This is not available.
Alright, chat. Press
No,
F5.
this
Sounds
called-
interesting.
No, this is called Curse at Your Companions.
Yes,
Curse at your...
curse at your girlfriends.
Yes.
friends.
I love the fact that we're wearing like soccer shoes to like help get
Oh,
better
yeah.
traction on the golf course.
Hey, this is a return from Guinea Pig.
I brought up the join session. I brought up the join session for the shared chat and then minimized it immediately and like closed it by accident.
Oh fuck.
So, funny enough, these are actually, I think these are actually proper golf shoes.
There we go.
I mean, if they have the spikes underneath them, I believe so.
I
They
didn't
do.
know. I didn't know golf. You wear these. I know you wear them
I got
for
follows
soccer.
2 months ago. I didn't even stream.
Yeah, you
Thank
do
you.
for golf.
Hello, Don. Hello, me.
You can do it without it, it's just to get better traction.
Idealist, come back
Yes?
here. Come back here.
You don't want this. Oh, out of there.
Idealist.
I think we're good. Is the title changed, lads? Lads and ladettes in the chat. Yes, ladettes.
You don't want this. You don't want this.
I just.
Whoa.
Uh,
I would
I
like to
just
know that
real-
everything looks lovely.
let's go.
Hey chat, you wanna see some sweaty gameplay for this?
Oh. I
Oh, yeah,
found a
so look
golden
at-
gun.
Yeah, so that one shoots, I think ones? Yeah, ones. The aim is a little wonky. I'll say.
Hey, what's up? What's this? Hey guys.
No.
Hey, what's this? Ah!
What just happened? Did you just drop a bomb on us, honey?
That's
Oh, okay. So you hit me from orbit.
It nuked us.
Well, that explains some things. Welcome in, Ratty.
Oh my god.
I got
Oh
launched.
my
off-
god.
Let's go, Ratty. Let's go. That's so long.
I just don't win and then just leave.
Congrats on the plushie too.
You can just stand on this and it keeps giving you shit.
Oh yeah, well up to 3.
Oh, you just need to be near it, and then that's where you get your. Yeah. Oh, got you. What dinosaur is it? Tell me. I have to know. Ooh, the horn.
What? Not only did it not go off,
Oh.
she blew me up.
Oh, that's such a good one.
Not only that, so after hitting somebody, they do get a bit of an invincibility.
What is this
So you
one?
have to like, if you want to go back to back, you gotta make sure that
I have a dueling pistol.
yeah.
A god.
Oh, you didn't even count.
Ooh.
You scallywag.
Actually,
Oh my god. We're not even gonna start playing.
On God.
So make sure you lock onto a player.
Oh, mines.
It'll pick you to.
Hell yeah, Ratty.
yeah, I think because you're in first, I never fully figured out that was laser how it works.
Wait, I have 2 cups of coffee. Can I stack the coffee? I can!
Hold on.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
run for almost forever. How did I miss? Right in the comments.
I don't drink coffee IRL, but I will probably be drinking a shit ton of it here.
Ooh. Sorry. So
Oh,
Luckily, that I don't have a license plate on here, so you can't even get me for that.
And there's a dress up.
Ooh.
You can play dress
Oh yeah,
up.
you can dress up.
Go to the big golf ball.
Go to Bob, go.
Like a good amount. Oh.
Oh my god,
I just turned away.
Hell
and
yeah,
there's
ready.
A shit ton of explosions. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I can't imagine what happened.
I feel like I hurt myself.
Yeah, man, who could have seen that coming?
More than you.
Oh, there's a lot. Oh, okay. Okay. I see this. I see.
And you get a good amount just simply playing the game.
Yeah, no.
What is this
Like, we had 1,500 off the rip, too, which is pretty great.
What is this green box? What do you do with this green
I
box?
don't know. I couldn't figure that out.
What would be
Your box-
good?
Oh, so that's your spawn points or checkpoints, basically.
I do like
so
this one a
throughout
lot.
the map, you'll see these, and you have to get up to them to kind of claim your spot. So, like, for example, if you get launched off the map or whatever your last spawn point or checkpoint, that's where you'll return to.
Yeah. I'm British.
I like the star one. The star one's pretty good.
I'm not allowed there. Guns don't spawn in for me. It just don't exist.
Even better.
Oh, that's. Oh! Holy
I'm
crap.
by the golf cart still, even though nobody was driving it.
Oh,
Was it?
also, in the golf cart, apparently 8 people can fit in one
Yeah,
golf
there's like
cart.
8 different spots.
Oh, wow. That's really funny. In one?
Hold and release that below 100% for a straight shot. I don't even have a gold booster.
I like the front seat, and the top's funny.
The top is the best.
Oh. Crashed.
I like that one most.
I crashed myself.
No!
Where's everybody?
Dark's over here.
Get him! I'm safe. Can you help me, please?
Can I put this in different color, though? That's...
Oh, lovely.
There we go.
Apparently not.
I need to get to my bowl because I have a tutorial that won't go away.
That's 600. These are 300.
Oh no, so oh wait, you still have the
900.
Oh my bad.
Oh, you can get different ones. Okay, okay.
Release above. Well, looking
Oh,
at
the
top, release
taunts.
above 100%.
Mine I have a homing shot, and I don't know what that means. I could not figure out how to do it.
Oh, so if you do
Oh, that
more
one's
than
off.
like, so if you hold your swing, you see like shaking and it's like 115%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically, if you have the ball and someone's like, let's just say
Targets.
ahead of you or wherever you're aiming at,
Just do black for
it
now.
aims at them.
Yeah.
So for example, if you get the ball real quick.
Oh my
Alright.
god!
Oh look! I can't say it.
Alright, I'll check it out now.
Ooh.
Also, there's so many golf carts in here. It's not even funny.
I know.
Oh, it looks so
No.
good.
So if somebody's in
Good
front
job.
of me and I...
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Oh!
Yeah.
That's what happens. Okay.
So
F-
it's
F10.
Oh, where's my hat?
With landmines. Oh, sometimes you have to like make sure you click on it because sometimes it'll like
Ow.
deselect.
Hell yeah, Randy. Where's
So
my
a
hat?
pretty good,
There it is.
Trick as well is
Dark!
Yeah.
We're twinning!
you drop a landmine
Wait,
and then
yeah, we both picked
go
up that,
150%.
Yeah!
I would just
In-
throw it at
I couldn't get it to
somebody.
be purple, but it was closest thing to Mama Dodo as I could get.
God.
Yeah.
However, if you take too long, it will blow up in mid swing.
Blow, what will blow up its way? Ah!
Oh, actually, let me get an air horn. There's something I know this does that isn't apparent until you're trying to get a shot.
Yep. So I'll be if you get one, I'll be the demonstration. If not, I'll just say it.
I'm a farmer.
What happened?
I'll farm it.
Oh, I'm British! Yes, I'm British!
Ooh,
Ooh,
I like
spring
5. 5's good.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's gonna
5's the
demonstrate
best.
Yep. I'm
Yeah,
not.
five's the best, yeah.
I'm not gonna confirm or deny that I've done this with a golf cart before, but it's pretty fun.
I can confirm nor deny that I want to do that. But
It's
cannot.
it's fun. Not something I would ever recommend anyone due to their own safety concerns. However,
However, it's pretty
it was
fun.
really fun up until the ground, and then it became a little less
Yeah.
fun. But that was when I jumped out of a moving golf cart and then didn't anticipate the momentum, and then just fell on my butt.
See, I
That
just
wasn't
fucking
fun.
missed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes
you missed.
gravity does not like us having fun.
Yeah. Really, I mean, gravity is like the biggest villain of all.
Oh yeah.
No,
Alright,
leave me
so
alone!
if you do you have a ball- does it right? Anyone who doesn't have a ball spawn,
I can spawn a ball over.
because I need to demonstrate the air horn. And I don't know how else to.
Oh, the air horn is great.
Oh
Alright,
yeah.
here's a ball. I have a ball.
Alright, sure. So
It is
just
going to be
try
the
to
most
control-
anger-reducing ever.
Oh yeah.
And you can't
Oh.
see.
Yeah.
It really it throws your concentration off.
Yep.
You will just hit it regardless of what
Now
you
with
try
the
to do.
pistol,
Uh-huh.
You will have to
Oh,
shoot
oh,
at the point and
oh.
then shoot. If you just like left click, it just does a spin trick. Oh.
So that's how that works.
Yep. I
Oh. Hey, there's some mines here.
ooh. Also
Ammo
with
melee.
the pistol or certain guns or whatever,
Oh.
if you shoot at the landmine, you basically trigger it.
Oh.
You fucking run in it.
I can pick up the landmine. That's so good.
Oh wait.
Oh,
I just hit
that's
the
so
cap. Oh, there you go.
annoying.
Have fun.
Oh, I deserve that.
Bye.
Oh my
Have a good time.
So chat, if you were expecting us to
Play the game.
Actually play the game.
I mean, look. I
Imagine playing this with
mean,
8 people.
that would be really. Oh, fun.
I want to host
Oh,
an esports. Someone needs to just
Get back here.
Someone needs to host an esports tournament. There's like
Oh.
millions of dollars on this fucking game. It would be it'd be so miserable. It'd be so
I actually
funny.
saw that on Twitter. So there was someone putting up a post of like a competition or contest for like $1,000, and I'm
Oh,
like,
this is not solid.
Do not.
I'm like-
do it.
yeah, no. For me, I'm like, I could see about 14 Google Docs minimum.
I mean, in
14
Overwatch-
Google
I mean, an
Docs.
Overwatch tournament broke a couple careers recently, so
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
no,
sorry.
Everybody in the lobby was grandmaster except one person who was like.
How dare you.
diamond at
Oh, actually
best,
worked.
and they
Thank
were
you.
Getting destroyed as they were getting destroyed as
Oh,
Black Widow.
You wanna,
And they just refused
you wanna see something
to
funny?
switch anything, and it
Come here.
caused all sorts of problems. It was kind of funny to watch from the outside.
Oh my god. We
Wait.
died!
Yeah. Yeah.
You will never find me. I am hidden
We
forever.
do die.
Oh, you
So,
are
the real
actually
question is.
Hi, Evelyn.
Oh, you actually can't see my name tag?
Yeah, I can see your name tag. It just disappeared for a few
That,
seconds.
that was my test.
What is?
I'm
Can I-
fucking pressing the start button.
Ugh.
I don't know. Oh,
Hey, Tintin.
Can I get this in here? Is the
hello,
question.
Tintin.
Are we all
Oh.
ready to go? Anything
I
else?
feel ready. I feel
I'm good to go.
Yeah, I'm good.
I was even surprised you'll let me do the tutorial. I assumed you were just gonna throw me into it.
Oh no,
No.
never.
No. Trust me,
We're
this
not
game.
happy.
It's less to do with me and more to do with funny. So whenever you hit somebody, you get a boost of speed. So you want to like tip tap other people.
Yeah.
Oh, you want in?
No, don't let her.
Alright, so do y'all want to do the coast, forest, or desert first?
Let's do coast.
Yeah, the beach sounds fun.
Yeah. Oh, not the front, please. We completed the tutorial.
A tutorial is just like a it's just big piece of paper being like be the biggest dick imaginable.
Let's go.
Nice.
Oh.
There's no way.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, I missed.
No.
Why
Ooh.
did my ball go so far to the right?
Did you go over 100?
go past- Yeah.
Hey, I went for 115.
Yeah, that'll
I
do
think
it.
Lost accuracy.
No.
Yeah.
It's in a fucking rock. How the
Have
fuck
you-
am I supposed to get out from here?
The country,
I
or
myself,
like
man.
what are we talking? Oh, Ooh, this is good. Oh! Why?
That was from
I'm all the way
I say, like, this whole game isn't about it.
Oh, I need speed right now.
Alright. Ooh!
Oh, you got it! Yes, you shot it. No,
Oh, I missed.
You don't want to do that.
Oh, you're gonna keep on missing. I'm just so good at dodging.
Apparently.
I dodge. If I could dodge a wrench, ooh, that was a good shot. Whoever that was. Oh, you hit me in the face. Oh, I didn't realize that once you had it in, you couldn't use items anymore.
Oh yeah.
Damn, I was saving an air horn.
Ooh, actually that helped me.
Oh no.
That's alright. I am now phase dark.
I like your paper ball. Oh, good hit.
Look at the little camera.
10 seconds. 9,
Yep.
8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2. Get it out! Get it out! Go! 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 Ooh, unfortunate.
I got stuck behind a rock, so I had to backtrack.
Okay, honey, I'm just gonna say you had overtime. You had one more shot before it struck you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I thought I
didn't
was
know
like,
that
what's
either
the...
until it said the overtime.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot to mention the overtime.
Hey guys, we get to keep our items.
Yep.
Oh.
I felt that coming, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna hold off.
Yes, thank you.
No problem.
Can you let me in?
No.
Here's something.
Ooh, perfect.
Ooh, I just threw mine in the water. I think. Oh no, I didn't. Okay.
Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Still going down. No.
Oh,
In the water.
okay. Ah.
Oh,
There is.
Well, how about that?
Actually, that was helpful. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, have fun. Is this
Yeah.
helpful as well?
Bye.
Oh, I missed. Oh, that's my ball over there. What happened to... Oh, my ball went into the ocean. Got it.
Oh, see. Ooh.
Damn.
Oh, I'll get the pinch. Oh no. Uh-oh.
Watch this chat. Watch
This
this
is
chat.
so fast-paced. Oh my
You
god.
wanna
Oh,
see this, chat?
very.
You wanna
I like
you
it.
Wanna see some trick? You wanna see some trick shots, chat? You wanna see British people? Ready?
Oh.
What are you guys doing back there?
Nothing.
Oh,
Don't worry about it.
trick shot. That was insane. I'm not going. I might have
Can that
shot.
make it? Oh, I didn't make it. Ooh!
Goes further than I think. Yeah. That's what I
Yeah, it goes a little bit further than what it says on the thing.
Yeah. Sometimes further, sometimes like short.
Bye!
Oh my god! All I heard was bow 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 bow.
I'm in. Very good.
I
Ooh!
hit it too hard. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Yes, honey, that's a really good air horn if you still have it.
Give me.
Look at him. Look at him now.
And... Ooh!
Nice. I love the little dance.
That's pretty cool.
I had a couple of penalty strokes. The ocean loves me, what can I say?
No, I remember watching one group playing this game with like 17 people. And
Yeah, I knew it.
Oh, actually, that might help.
You son of a... You had both! You had two!
That's amazing.
Actually, I went really far. Oh, nope. There goes straight into the water, potentially?
I think I'm in the drink.
Oh!
Wait, am I not?
Yes, got the shot off.
Oh.
I'm in
Yourself
a
in
fucking
fast pace.
bush again!
That's
Uh-oh.
Have you tried not doing that?
My ball's gonna go in the ocean. My balls. Save my ball. Someone save my ball real quick.
Never.
I need that ball. And it needs to not be in the ocean.
Mine might also go into the ocean.
I think there's
Oh,
a
it's
bit
not
of
moving.
sand there.
We're good. I'm safe. Everything's cool.
The little walk you do.
Yeah. Yip, 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 yip. Do, 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 do.
Ooh, was I short? No.
I'm trying to sneak up behind you.
My ball! Don't go in there.
My balls!
My
No!
Stole my balls!
Sorry.
Don't say sorry like you didn't mean it.
Chat my penis, please. Penis and testicles, thank you.
What? Oh.
Hey guys,
Wow.
I got some presents for you.
Oh my ball. Oh, I suck at putting.
You missed!
Yeah! Yeah! Thank you, Mines, as always.
Oh,
Like that one.
Eclipse.
I sent her off the cliff. Oh my god.
That's the best way to do it, because then they have to respawn.
Seconds.
oh no.
I tried to shoot it at somebody.
No, that's not how trip mines work, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean...
It does. You just have to do it right.
Oh no! You didn't switch to putt mode!
You need to
No, I
switch to
did.
the one.
No! No! You got this! Oh, oh! Good shit! Good hit!
Fucking dunked it.
I'm not playing the game, chat. I'm like Sniper. If I don't play the game, Daisy's playing the game. He's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Melmo's toy's broken.
Holding off for a split second.
You're not.
Woo!
Turned like. Turned like a freaking mechanism. Oh, beautiful.
Oh man, who could have done that? That's crazy. Whoever did that should feel bad.
This might not be my best. Let's see. Let's see how this
Where's
goes.
even my ball?
Uh-oh. Oh,
I needed this.
Oh, that better not hit me. Haha.
I missed. Uh-oh, I went straight to the
Oh.
oh.
I went too far. Uh-oh.
Now that I got my coffee, don't even talk to me.
Oh, you can drown. Okay.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can drown.
go down to the game.
Hey,
Oh,
excuse you.
No. Oh, that's going in the drink. No.
You ain't getting this. You ain't getting this. It's already too late. It's too late. I'm already here.
Oh, I just put it in the drink. No. Oh, I think I hit it too hard. Uh-oh.
Oh, you better hurry. They're coming. Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Oh my god.
I could still block your ball. That's
No,
unfortunate
that was
for
the
you.
plan. I wanted it close to the hole.
I need
Oh,
to-
gotcha.
That's been my problem. I've been holding left click to aim. So that
Oh,
I'm
yeah, that would do it.
aiming.
That would do it.
I'm
Ooh, the jump in, I love it.
I had the one angle on.
I was able to jump in. Oh my god.
I am in.
Why did I
I
have
am.
a 10-degree angle? What just
Oh, you could turn it around. You know, lower the points, you're in first. Like that's how
I pressed
that's how
one,
golf
and I had
works.
a 10-degree angle. I don't know why.
4, 3, 2,
I don't know. That's weird.
Oh, I still hit it over.
nice jump.
Oh, that's going in the drink.
That's perfect for me.
Plunged it.
Boop, 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 dee, dee, boop, beep, 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 boop.
Oh. Holy crap, nope.
Ugh.
Oh, I missed.
go!
Holy!
Oh!
I'm going for the shortcut.
Nice.
Woo!
This is a long ass hole, Jesus.
Sure. Yeah, totally long. No one tell them. No one tell them.
Nice shot. Very nice. Very big place. Let me in.
I know you know the shortcuts, though.
Let's go!
Oh, you did. Funny spot. Sweaty.
Listen, sometimes the best route is the most direct route. Am I right? Even if it's through the jungle.
Did you cut across?
Yeah. I shot it through the trees and I was like, either I make it or I don't. And it worked.
What? Wait.
It's still locked in.
That's really funny. That's really good.
That I've never seen that happen before.
That very much was like I missed my exit kind of U-turn.
Seconds remaining.
Toss.
Exactly.
Oh. Okay, good.
Oh my god.
Ooh, a
This is
spiral.
rough.
Hey chat, you wanna
By
play
the
this
way,
in real life?
Oh,
In real
jeez.
life? No, thank you.
4, 3, 2.
You wouldn't. Oh!
That is sand. I'm okay with that. No, I don't care. Okay. you
I'm
can
sorry.
do
I
that.
was gonna actually hesitate last second until you said you would.
Damn it.
Can I just not get to that? I need a sprite.
Let's see if this just goes into the water.
Yeah, this one's a rough one.
Oh! No, I went right there. Sweet. Let's do it.
God damn it.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna need this coffee.
Oh, I cannot. It's fine.
Hold on. Let's see if this wombo combo works.
No, the back.
Yeah! Love it.
That actually costed me everything.
Oh!
Oh, hold on, that might save my life.
Ooh, I went over. Uh-oh.
Fucking everybody's getting the spring boot.
Hey, how you doing? I managed. I was able to get across because I had both the coffee and the spring boots, so I just jumped.
Oh,
I thought you would have taken that opportunity to hit me with your golf club. I'm gonna be so real.
Pacifist. I just got an achievement.
God damn it!
You got an achievement for being a pacifist? I
Yeah,
disagree.
every time you're in the water, it
think so,
gets
yeah.
you.
Uh-oh. 10 seconds.
Uh-oh.
Then I can tell the developers. I can tell the developers just like voiced their own game.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
it's...
nice shot.
Ooh!
No,
Dead. Dead.
Oh my god!
Not even a flag, just skull emoji.
A doll. Doll.
5,
Uh,
4, 3, 2,
You're good, honey. Don't worry.
1.
Oh!
Excuse you.
You
Oh,
saved
yeah,
Lulu.
I was shooting someone else. Help me out. I helped you. I didn't do it.
Did you?
I was actually trying to shoot. I did this, yes.
Oh, oh, penalty stroke. Well, did it get down?
oh, you might have landed in the water or out of bounds.
Ooh, it was fine for so long. I ran so far. And in the end, did it even matter?
Yeah, it didn't even matter.
Whee!
Oh,
Those are muskets. And there you go.
Oh, no, oh, oh. Why? ¿Por qué?
Where am I?
I feel like the accuracy on the shotgun is more accurate than the dang pistol.
I love hitting Ranikki. Just goes.
It's like kicking a dog or those type words that you let out. Like when you accidentally step on them.
I'm not allowed to say that. You are.
What, because I'm a bitch?
Oh, double oh.
If I
Oh,
if
no.
I say that, I say that, yes. Ooh, perfect. That's a huge distance.
Alright.
And it's that easy.
I have to try.
Alright, I gotta chip this in.
Yes. No. Yeah, Dodo. This
Oh, I
Yeah,
just
we have the same idea.
Just let this play out. Just let it play out.
Oh.
What are you giggling about?
Oh, don't worry about it. Oh, you got more? Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can more over here.
Good luck on
Oh,
it.
yeah. What do you mean? What's the problem? Ooh! Oh! All right. Well, that's all of them.
Oh, GG's. That's insane.
There we go. I took a bullet.
Oh my god, she finished first after that. Idiot. Fucking. Get away! Really?
Really?
Dude, no, those putts are annoying. They really do not go far.
Yeah, apparently me using a pipe wasn't efficient.
No. You can bonk one of us pretty hard.
I have to, like, putt way further than the actual hole on the screen.
Yeah, so the meter is very off.
We can
I would say
totally
that.
make that.
Yep, it's possible.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go! Nice shot.
That's going.
I would say this
Going for the item first.
Ooh!
Dodge!
Ooh! Is this the one?
You did. Good job. You did what I asked.
Oh, I hit the pole.
Fuck you! And he gets
He gets both of them. No.
I left some presents on that bridge.
Oh no.
Whee! There's no items for you.
I need to pick them up. I thought I could check it.
I am a villain. Doot doot doot. I am a villain.
What the fuck is this game doing? How is that not?
Oh! No! No! Oh! Drowning. Dueling pistol. Go.
And it puts me over.
Alright, Ranikki, we got this.
Oh! Oh!
Oh,
Good shot.
Ah, fuck.
I'm so annoyed by that. That's insane.
I like the little cameras. They're very
I was here this whole time. No! You son of
You
a...
got thrown off into the cliff again. Off the cliff.
That shit.
You fool!
Yo, we're perfectly aligned. I'm like, alright, 2 for 1.
I was a villain that time. It's fine.
5, 4,
Thank you, Toasty, for the hydrate.
2, 1.
Hey, surprise!
Wow, Lulu actually had a show for that.
Whee!
Any items? 'Cause-
No items for y'all. Mine.
Oh,
I am the 1%er.
oh,
Oh!
you'll be happy.
Honestly, for me to die with me saying that makes sense.
Lulu. Lulu, please.
Yep.
Oh! Good shot.
Oh, look how British I am, chat. Look at my inventory. Look at my British inventory!
Look at my British inventory.
You ready for this? Look, we want to see how British I am? Hold on.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh!
that is a lot of guns.
Oh, and I got run over.
Oh my god. Hey, guess what? I got another one.
My car! What the fuck? Come back, my car!
Oh, I kinda want that.
Oh, get away from me. No, no. Shoot. Shoot. Shoot.
Win 101.
Shoot.
You
You know what?
can't hit your ball. You can't hit your ball.
Come here.
Can.
Come here. Come here. Ooh. No, no, you get back here. Shoot.
Oh my god, I got another one.
Oh. Shoot.
My penalty shot? What? The fuck?
And it lands in the water. If it lands in the water.
Yeah, if it lands in the water or like, out of bounds, it's a penalty shot.
Oh, out of bounds too?
Yeah.
Is that out of bounds?
Oh,
Is that
There
where
was
the
a-
ball was supposed to go? What the hell is going on?
oh. Oh, it's about to go. It's about to go in over there, isn't it? In the water. Go ahead. I'm right here. Do it. I dare you. I double dog dare you. I triple dog dare you. Oh, wow. You almost hit me with that. Good job. There it is.
Oh,
Oh my god.
oh, the placement on that.
Oh,
corner, bro.
invincibility frames. Have you ever heard of them? Oh, you pushed the ball out when you went in. No.
Ooh, Gamba is
Right, am I gonna chip
this
this in?
is in-game money. Yes.
Oh, I thought I would chip it in.
MS Paint Horses in Gamba. That's actually really funny.
I might actually stream some Genshin soon and go for Scoffia.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, we're
I
both
wish you
going
would
for
laugh.
stuff here.
Shiznite is coming out. If you don't pull Scoffia, you're actually stupid. I'm sorry.
Wow.
You're gonna need that going forward.
10 seconds, Lulu!
I got
I'll have you know that I'm stupid for entirely different reasons.
Beep, beep, bop.
Ooh, good shot.
Hey, let's go. I played this game a little too much.
I'm just realizing I forgot to eat.
Oh, that's the last one.
Oh, please eat food. Please hydrate and eat.
Probably after we're done with this map, I should probably go.
Don't you eat food? Go.
Why don't you like now? You could get like a little snack.
How many coins did I
Yeah,
get
I
for
should
that? How
probably
much does it
check.
usually give?
Oh, you
I'll make
get
some
like a
nachos
good
real
amount.
fast. If people don't mind me chewing
Damn.
chips, I will make myself some nacho cheese. real quick.
Ooh.
I got a very
Yeah, no,
funny
yeah,
hat.
definitely
I'm
eat.
wearing that.
Oh, is that what this is?
He's coffee.
Look at.
Oh,
look
oh,
at
that's
me
just coffee.
now, look at
Oh my god.
What the fucking
Wait. Hold
The
on.
aliens trying to be like, take me to your liter. This is what they wear.
yeah, it was just like, I am human like you, yes? And it's like, yeah, maybe like a couple centuries ago. Go for it.
It's like, I, a totally human judge, am judging you for
Oh my
enslaving
God.
the not alien race.
Oh, they're so-
Sentenced to
Oh,
work
I
in
can
the
get a
mine.
little angel halo.
Let's get some hair. Ooh, bald.
I gotta do some testing on the shots. Might be able to be efficient here.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, it double clicked. All right, looks like I'm rocking this, I guess, because I double clicked it.
Where the hell is everybody else?
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
I am no longer bunny girl. Instead, I'm a little angel. I will never hurt no one. Ever.
I also wouldn't hurt anybody.
Yeah? I
Yeah, I also am totally wouldn't hurt a fly. That's the one in a bird mask and a bird hat.
You have the plague doctor?
I have the-
That's
yeah.
so perfect for you.
Oh,
That
I have
is
a-
so perfect for you.
Oh, that's perfect, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
Okay, I am going to be right back. I'm going to mute, and just leave it to where you guys can't hear me and stream can't hear me, but they can hear you, so you guys can get up the kids.
Okay.
I'm gonna make...
No.
Actually, this is the hairstyle that I accidentally got.
Okay, I'll
Hey.
be right back.
Hurry.
Love you, honey.
Love it. I would love to be able to throw this really far.
What's a good hat thing with this? There's that one's not bad. Oh, a bow. A bow is real funny with this.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, you know what? The Halo also is pretty good. Plague Doctor and a Halo. Kinda rocks. Ice cream cone.
Oh.
Oh, is that an egg? Is that an egg yolk? Oh, we gotta go egg yolk. I know I'm getting next.
But yeah, no, you get like a good amount of points just simply playing the game.
Oh, exactly. We did one round and I got
yeah.
like enough for like 2 of the expensive stuff, so it's very affordable.
Yeah, I got tons of points.
And then emotes, if you want to emote just randomly, hold T and then you can just...
Oh.
Oh. Oh, I see.
Now there's a few emotes that can go on forever until you move, and then there's some that's just a quick one.
Also, I got the weeb alien, like, weeb.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that's the first one that I did too.
One Piece.
You have the Black Plague! Yeah!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah!
No. No.
And then we got the golf clap.
Oh, but of course.
Nice, nice, nice. Ooh, I like the Cyclops. I love it.
I think I'm gonna. Oh, if I can get the mallet, if I want the mallet golf club, that's perfect.
And then some of the stuff does like unlock with achievements.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
home run goals.
Oh, right! I did get a few of those.
Yeah, sadly you still have to pay for those, but you know.
It's still good, though.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where is the achievement one? Oh, there. Okay. I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna run to the restroom since we're waiting anyway.
Okay. I'll double check my audios because something will go wrong as always.
Yeah,
I
you can
dropped
go to
2.
audio checks.
I dropped 208 frames. The fuck? Yeah. It's a lot of frames to draw.
Ooh, wait, I realized I think I've left the music level low. Ah, okay. There we go. But yeah, I do like that the music is so chill that I've heard this like so many times now, and it's actually like still pretty relaxing or just enjoyable.
Yeah, I like the music. Sail. There's a sail sign. You get more stuff over here. No.
Yeah, so these are like some of the items you can get. So there is a giraffe head you can get, but I don't know what achievement that one is.
I just bounced off something. What the hell? Oh, I'm flying. When did I do that?
Huh.
All right, I'm back.
Bounce.
Oh,
Oh, you did it.
Okay, let's see. Did I unlock any? I like that I got eyes and I have a mask that covers them, so it doesn't matter anymore.
oh yeah.
Oh, this was the one.
No,
Oh, I got the cart.
I like the egg. That rocks. Honestly, like the fro. Oh, bald!
I need one more golf cart.
Not even like bald, but like the
this,
horseshoe
you like-
hairline bald.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
That one's real.
What am I getting boxed in?
Do you not like boxes?
Well, that was anticlimactic.
I came back and I was setting down my stuff. I'm just like, why am I
Back in
surrounded?
there, you got. Alright, you gotta do that again.
I got
have to fake the prank. We have to do like a fake prank like Vitaly ZD. There you go. Oh, we got a. Holy shit! Subscribe for more tutorials.
Yeah.
Subscribe for more stepping on people's shoes in the hood gone wrong.
Please don't do that then.
Do not, you will die.
Here, 1 second. I got something satisfying for chat. Real quick. I got myself
Oh?
0 sugar.
Zero
Root
sugar
beer.
something. She's gonna clog.
There's
that
sugar root
glass.
beer.
Yeah, she's very good.
Hey, what's up? What's the skull? What's the flaming skull above your head for?
I think it's just I'm being too
Oh.
aggressive.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty much.
I have big
do we get
confidence
extra
that-
points for taking you out?
Maybe.
All right, let's see.
Oh.
Oh crap! I got a bounty on my head now. I gotta run.
Woo! Oh,
Gotta run for my life.
did I bounce off you?
Oh.
They'll never find me. I'm on the run.
Oh, that's a swing and a miss. Ooh. Hi-yah! Ooh, we both missed. Oh, you win this round. Haha.
I hit Lulu?
Oh, that was your ball. I can't. Right, that's right. I can't
Alright,
hit your
chat,
ball.
don't tell him where I am. I'm on the run from the law.
I saw you go behind the ball. So where are you now?
I had a bounty on my head because I was.
Ooh, it missed you. Oh, that didn't. You just wait. I'm gonna coffee up. I'm gonna have.
I'm gonna cough.
I-
I'll cough all over you.
let's see. How many can I spawn before this game is just like stop it? Okay, so far decent chunk.
It goes for a while.
This is my new home.
I've learned
Mhm.
because to make that photo that I did, I used a lot.
I know y'all came here for this riveting gameplay, and I appreciate that.
Yes.
Coffee.
What are you gonna make?
Coffee.
Oh my god.
Coffee. I only listen. I might have a little bit. I could stop at any time. Okay, I don't need you to judge me for what I need in the mornings in order to get through the day, and also in my mid mornings and my afternoons and my post work coffee, so I could do other things. And my liquid
I
IV.
won't judge you, but I will, however, challenge you to actually find me a coffee I like.
Point to someone who doesn't go through a coffee enema. All right, there's not a person here. There's no one who doesn't.
See, chat, right here, this is the amount of from that one lemonade from Panera Bread.
It has yet to stop me. This is just gonna keep going.
It's still going.
I was expecting it to like despawn, where it's just like it only has like 10. No, this is just going.
Yes.
Look, this is. I want to swim in my coffee cups. My God. Oh,
This is.
I like to get little
This is like-
cat glasses. Those are cute.
oh, whoop.
We're on the run from the law. They'll never find me.
Does it go over the ball? Okay, it doesn't. Will I get a heart attack in game if I drink all these? One way to find out.
One way to find out. This is the 100 coffee challenge.
This is the hunt. Yeah,
I
I'm going to drink 500 coffees in a row in this golf game. Will I survive? Stay tuned to find out.
Yep.
On coffee number 15, suddenly the video cut short for whatever reason.
He's just in like a stretcher.
It would be kind of funny if they had like a coffee tolerance where it's like the more you drink, the less effective it is.
Holy crap! What have I done to this cave?
Oh, I
Where
can't
are
believe
you?
this There's...
I'm in my hide. Oh my god, my inventory's amazing.
Alright, do we still have the carts nearby?
Probably.
We're at spawn.
Alright. I just put the cart speed at 200. I want to see how this
Ooh,
goes.
ooh, 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 ooh.
100?
Oh, sorry. Alright, I'm gonna go very slowly, just so I get a good... Alright.
Be able to get a good line.
Oh no, mine!
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh, it's so much harder to control.
I'm gonna unleash the apocalypse once I get this going.
Okay.
That cart is going off into the abyss. Yep.
Yep.
It is so difficult to control. Oh! Oh!
Cave. I must find my honey bunny. Where are you?
No.
So I can also
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh my
You
god.
see
how
that-
long until I
Let's go searching for him. Get in.
God damn it.
Let's go
Give it to
looking.
me. They're actually looking now. I need to find it.
I'm trying to find their icon and see. Oh wait, I found
This
it.
looks promising.
This does look promising. I see the footprints, aka mines.
What the fuck have you been doing in here?
I'm trying to get something.
Man, I need my coffee.
Oh!
Don't run. Do not run
Game
through
crash.
there.
The game crashed? I crashed it?
Woo! Ah! Oh, connection timeout. No! You broke it. By I mean you specifically, not me, who spawned 57 different coffee cups.
I was trying to get 3 orbital strikes.
Oh, that would have been pretty good.
My 3rd strike, it didn't do it. Oh my god, I didn't think it crashed the game.
Very fun. Very funny.
I'm surprised it was not the coffee cups. It was.
Yeah, honestly, it might have been because both of us were trying to do something very different. That was equally taxing.
Oh my god.
I hope they add a way that you can, when you get into a golf cart, it like you can kind of customize it. Boop.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You're fine.
Mostly for the streamer care.
Oh,
Oh my god.
hi. I'm here to tell you to make sure that you are washing your hands correctly whenever you leave the bathroom. Be sure
hell
to.
no, I'll wipe that all over the faucet. You gotta wipe it on the faucet and leave.
We're gonna do
That's
the
how you-
forest now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sounds good.
It's a lot of maps. Dang.
So in reality, it's only a total of what you call it? 9 plus like 27.
Yeah, 27.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You
which
can,
is pretty
you
good.
Can, you can customize it, so you can do like a mixture.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
bye. Man, good thing you survived that.
that went so far.
It crashed so hard that OBS. Okay, now OBS finally registered it.
Oh my
That's really
god.
funny. Well, man,
I
yeah,
didn't
nothing
think
happened to you,
doing
so you're
that
fine.
would crash.
Are y'all ready?
All right, night ready.
Alright,
Yeah, I'm ready.
hydrate,
Night.
Good night, ready.
for the
Okay, so that's
Twin
my
pack.
first piece of beta testing for the developers. Despawn things after a certain amount.
5,
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really good one.
2,
That is the first thing I always test. How much shit.
You both had the same idea. No.
Oh my god, that's amazing. You just lost so much time.
I did.
My item.
Oh, I'm not getting that anyway.
Oops.
Oh my god.
Oops. Oops. Oh, oops me. Oh.
Alright, this should put me in the green.
I need to be quick having this. There we go.
I tried.
Get out of here.
Oh,
In fact, give me that. It's mine now. Oh.
Cigarette.
I
Oh.
love that you can shoot the parts.
oh, ow!
So you
Oh, I went too far.
Oh, the bridge.
Woohoo!
Oh, for a second I thought I went in there. I was like, there's no way.
Who had the new?
Hey, come here, guys. Give me a hug. What's wrong?
Oh my god. I'm not going. Oh, I almost slam dunked it. Almost Michael Jordan.
Damn it.
Oh my god.
uh-oh. 10 seconds remaining.
Oh, I can get it in 10 seconds. Game. I was bullied
Look at
in
that
a game about
150
bullying
ping.
people. Who'd have
Oh,
thought?
that was pretty bad earlier.
You know what, chat? That's what I don't want to get into the US to be with my partner. I just want my ping to be 10 ping in video games again.
3,
Mhm.
2, 1, go!
I actually-
Oh, I missed, and you still hit me.
You literally griefed yourself with that one. I
Nice
didn't even
shot.
do it. Walked over to me, I hit my ball normally, tried to grief me, I hit him.
Yep. Ow! Why?
I led that shit. Jesus Christ.
Grab. Excuse me.
Genius. because now it's not gonna fall off.
Oh.
Ooh. No, you can't swim.
No, you can't.
cannot.
swim.
Not at all.
I thought you could at least swim a little bit. I knew you could drown. I thought you could at least like move.
Oh. No, no.
Did you just use a shotgun to get across? That's awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
because America.
Because America. Oh crap. Oh my god, I'm not glad of it.
No, so like I saw like a random video of someone doing that, like using the shotgun to like kind of shortcut some.
Dude, why is it going? It's so inconsistent.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
necessarily follow what it says to go for. It's usually
I always
overdoes it.
undershoot.
Yeah, undershooting is the way to go.
It's never the same, no matter what. It's never. I was
Yeah.
literally first by a mile.
And yet, look at you now.
I overshoot, it goes under. I undershoot, it goes over. It's never like the same.
5, 4,
Alright.
Well, you know what? I have a present for you.
1, go!
I got it. I got my shot off because I knew he had it.
Was that right into the water?
Right,
was for somebody.
that's- There was no water on my meter. 0
Oops.
water.
You know what? It was also the case for me, so it's okay.
Nice shot!
I got another.
You were yelling so hard, your mic got completely covered.
Like it would not surprise me.
How dare you!
It's more updates.
It needs more updates. Just
Yeah.
update the meters, honestly.
I mean, for me, it's not like off.
It's not awful, but it isn't. It's nowhere near on point.
Oh, okay, we both
The
were
thing
aiming for
that's
each other.
annoying Me, it's the fucking meter. I just heard her in-game across the map go. Meow.
Oh, they gave me a lot of coffee. What in the world?
Annie.
I need this for tomorrow.
Oh, I could hit your ball. Good to know. Oh!
Oh, this is right in the fucking way.
Oh, you still got it in. I can't believe it.
My ball's in the cart. Oh my god.
Oh no.
I did.
Oh, I went hard.
There we go.
I did it. I did it.
You did do it.
Yeah, I got it.
How you managed to still get it in even when I air horned you? Honestly, props. I was really hoping you were just gonna hit it right into the lake.
No, I think the ping saved my life. That is an interesting.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Oh,
You know what? Fair.
oh, I drowned.
You even held off for doing it in the first like split second, so you gave me a false sense of security.
Yeah.
Hey,
How many shotguns do you have?
Oh my god! I had 2 and I get 2 shots. Oh man, you're not British enough for that.
No, I'm
oh,
not.
that
I
might
can't snipe.
be water. Let's see.
I just love the fact that we both
Yep.
had the same
There it
idea.
is.
I just turned.
I had the real juice. The sauce. I had the lamb sauce.
Alarm sauce.
Oh no, is my ball gonna be in a bad spot? No, I got it.
Woo!
Oh.
Honestly, not a bad.
Ow.
You put me forward. I'm fine
You
with this.
fucker!
Yay!
Oh, what happened? Oh, what happened with my ball?
You wanna do this? Done it? Look,
Oh
you
my
got it in
God.
again because nobody went for him. That's on you.
Well, I mean,
was
no,
trying to go
yeah.
for him and then you start duking it out towards me.
no, y'all were going for me. I had a shield for a lot of it.
Each other.
Ooh, into the
My
bushes.
way there.
You got this, Lulu. You got this. I believe in you. Don't worry, I'm not totally just putting like a target on your back or anything. That would be cringe.
Oh,
Ooh.
Wow.
Good hit.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm not gonna make it.
I'm going in.
No! The little angry cameras are really funny.
We could've.
Hey, Coco.
Guys, we have to do something about Paleomancer's Dodo. We need to band together as a team. You can't keep getting away with this.
Okay,
How was your
Paleomancer's
stream?
Wait.
Hello!
No,
Welcome in.
No being mean. Alright, we just whack it up. We just whack each other up right now. There you go.
Oh,
Well, this does have a rated M tag currently, so I think, you know.
Whack. We literally just whacked off each other.
Oh!
Oh shit. He landed
Oh,
it.
I get it now. Thank you.
Hello. We're whacking off in a golf game.
ooh, awesome. Yeah, what were you playing?
Have fun!
Nice shot.
That's
Oh wow, I missed those.
Oh my god, it almost screwed me with the positioning again.
Oh yeah, that's ending up in the fucking water over
Yep.
there.
Yeah, mine went
Oh, you
into the
doing?
water.
That's awesome.
Doodlin. Doolity. British. Damn it.
Oh!
Thanks.
Not again, please.
Oh, Lulu's bowl. Oh, nice.
Oh, you son of- you serious?
Yeah, you can take it.
That's the third time it's been in the water!
Because I did that. I'm British. Damn it. I'm not.
Nope.
Okay.
Nice try.
If you need
I
to
tried.
like head out, drink some water, lurk, whatever you want to do, again, thank you so
Oh!
much for the raid. Oh, I tried to do back to back.
Oh, I went way too hard.
Oh.
You know what? Good try.
There's a mini golf game that was like this. I have to find that one.
Okay, so you can't interact with it. Got it.
Yeah, once it's planted, like don't touch it, basically.
Gotcha.
Ah, my neck.
No.
Oh, at the last bit we were just like, get it in, get it in.
60 got out. So I remember it's still broken.
Do you use Streamlabs
We
for
had
your
that
shoutouts or something else?
I think I used something else. I can't remember for the life of me which one.
So I know for me, I have to log into Streamlabs almost every single time.
I do streamer bot.
There we go.
4, 3,
I use Mix It Up, and
1.
it was Mix It Up. There we go.
Oh,
I just
That
came
Oh,
back.
don't.
Amazing to have.
Oh, well, there it goes. Bye. It's on the ground? I'm just gonna...
What the fuck?
Oh!
Thank you. That
Oh!
was so good. That saved me.
Well, I'm back at the beginning. What was that? Oh,
Oh!
Should make it a great shot.
Okay, I need a golf cart or some coffee.
fuck!
Thank you.
What? How is that a penalty shrew? Oh, screw this.
Oh my
There we go.
god.
That's
Hey,
the
how's it
only
doing in
out of
here?
bounds. How's that out of bounds? Oh, it is out of bounds.
oh, you just missed it.
I'm fine.
No, you're not. Don't lie to me. Okay, how do I get back up there is the question.
And goodbye, cart.
Oh, where did it go?
Alright, how do I get... Oh, there it is.
That didn't... I don't get it. That's insane.
Oh, because I was not nowhere near it.
What?
You done that?
What the actual hell?
Oh, you're lucky.
And she just puts... Like, she just rolls it over my mine. She just rolls it over the mine, and now I'm getting 4th. That's great.
Oh my god.
And... Doop.
She rolled the golf ball over my mine.
Oh.
I did not know
Like,
I
Dark, you
could.
can see how far I chipped it in.
Yeah, you... That was a crazy hit.
I'm crazy.
Mad respect. You can get it, you can get it, you can get it! Oh!
Hit him.
You could have tried. Oh, we're tied!
No.
We're tied!
Her ball went directly over an armed landmine.
Yeah.
And I'm
And
still
then you
first. That's the white privilege, baby. Let's go.
Can the ball set off the ball?
5, 4,
Yes. It just didn't.
2, 1.
Leave me alone. Oh,
Why
like,
fuck her?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, so the horn can trigger. Oh, that's interesting. Because I didn't shoot that.
Oh!
Interesting.
A penalty stroke? What did I do wrong?
The radius for those bombs are so crazy for the person.
They are.
Oh yeah.
I'm Hove.
Hey, how you doing?
Might have a way to
Hey, you and I, let's do this again.
Oh
yeah?
no.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yep.
I can hear the pending game crashing.
Oh, pshaw.
We gotta get up there.
Oh!
I got one more.
Oh, you. Why was I switched to the mine? Ugh.
I do still have to. I still have to. Yeah, you go with that. You're welcome.
I was mid-jump when you hit me. That threw me. Oh my god, you fucker.
Oh my god.
How did you get up? I'm genuinely curious. Guess
Nice.
there we go, and it's all gone.
Oh. Ooh. Enjoy your lead for now.
Like, it's never correct. The meter's never on point.
Oh no, never.
I will take it back.
I overshoot it, it goes under. I undershoot, goes over.
I think it's purposely stuffed.
Yeah.
I bet. Bennett Body game designer.
Four.
Like that.
3, 2, 1.
I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
Nice shot.
Oh! What happened to my ball? What? Why? Why did it do this?
Nice shot.
I'm running.
So much happened in that 5 seconds.
Holy
I'm
crap.
taking the cup of Joe and running.
What the fuck?
Oh, there's some.
You
mines
blew up by your
scattered
own
around.
mine. What
So
happened?
there are some mines scattered around in some of the maps.
Yeah.
That's not what I was on. Dude.
I
Not
got the
quite.
game.
You can't. But let's see if I can. I can.
Oh,
What the fuck? I was nowhere near that mine.
Nice.
Oh, it got me still.
I was going out of bounds.
Yes, Doc. Yes.
Shut
Put them further back. Give me a first place.
Finish.
This is so
Yes. Last
So, do you
hole.
remember-
That one bug threw me back to the floor. That one bug. It's not even the players irritating me.
Yep.
5, 4, 3,
Leave me alone. I literally have.
1. Go.
I want peace. I'm not changing my ways.
You changed your ways even though you have the skull on you.
Yes.
Thank you. Yoink. Oh!
I just. Oh.
Nice shot.
Oh.
Oh, did you grab it?
Long.
Woohoo, woohoo.
Oh,
Woo! I got it.
Ah, fuck, I
Oh.
went in the water.
I don't know where that
I'm
ball
back
went.
in the spawn!
Oh, did you not get the? Oh.
Aw, that's gonna penalty me. Where's my ball?
Drake?
That's impossible.
Oh, you tried.
Alright guys, here we go. I'm gonna putt it. I'm gonna putt my ball. Here you go. You ready?
I feel like that went way too far.
Oh, I was still setting up. Oh,
Oh,
that
that worked.
actually that wasn't too bad.
No way, if I get this, that's crazy. I've earned this so
Oh, you son of a...
Yeah, I have fucking earned this one so hard. Give me a break here.
Alright, I just got chip it in like
You
I did
tried.
last time.
That
No, I wasn't close enough.
Come on, come on. Oh no, it went a little to the right. Dang it.
You really?
I need this first place.
I earned it so hard! Oh my god, I earned that one!
Oh, I was short.
Yeah.
My ball was on the edge of the cliff, and I got first still.
Oh my god.
Let's see how it turns out. Let's go!
So close.
You were so close, dude. That one shot near the end almost did it. I got real lucky because I was able to cut across a lot of the map by getting the boots near the beginning.
I have
Oh yeah, that does help.
I had double the runner-up in damage.
Oh my word.
That's funny.
Next one.
That's funny.
Let me look at fashion.
Yeah, but what about our customizations?
That does make sense. That makes sense. Go ahead.
We
I
like,
don't
yeah.
care if I lost the whole thing. I earned it with that last one.
Didn't I say something?
there-
That makes sense. Let's see.
There is a setting that you can add
Mm-hmm.
that makes this game even more makes it worse.
Worse? In what way?
How so?
It says because this setting is not naturally off. Has anyone ever played golf with friends?
I know of it.
You can hit other people's balls. Let me guess.
Yeah.
Is that...
Oh, that one.
Hit other
Yeah.
people's Players ball.
Do we
That-
want to turn that on?
Oh,
Do we want
That one's gonna be brutal.
I think someone will rip someone else's head. I think let's keep that off. For now.
We do have to try it eventually.
Yeah.
We'll grab this one.
Just imagine having that setting on with 8 people playing. Oh.
Is there
Trying
egg?
to set up the match. Jesus Christ!
Hey, is there egg on my face?
Yes,
Yep.
there is.
Oh, damn. Well, I'm actually. You know what? Good.
Look at the way I'm sitting. I'm like a hell diver.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
I think this is the yolk slime from Slime Rancher. Actually, it has little eyes
Oh,
like it.
really?
Oh.
Yeah, it has little eyes. So good on
Ready?
them.
Oh, hold on.
I mean, I guess.
Wait, 1 second.
I need medical assistance. I have broken my legs.
Your legs?
Please, medical assistance.
Did that help?
Let's see. Yeah.
Oh, I can't do it. One more. Oh, isn't it only with the shotgun?
Oh, I can make it to where certain things are a lot more common.
Oh, like what?
Like
Or, well-
just items. Like, if you want a
More
specific-
common, or are we? So we do all lasers.
I will
All
say.
orbital lasers.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, hold on. So I will say it's kind of broken. That is for sure broken. Like
Okay.
we didn't try to like.
Oh, damn.
With that, and it just did not like work.
Look what you did, Dark.
Alright.
You did this.
Let me see the rules set. Landmine, F1, electromagnet. Yeah.
You wanna go swimming?
Probability.
I'm trying to set up a map.
Oh,
So you can set the probability of items based on if you're in the lead or not in the lead. That's really
Ooh,
Yeah.
oh, Mario Kart rules.
Nice shot.
Player speed, swing power, car speed, sight spin, homing shots, and other players. Knockouts.
It would be funny to do a round where it's mostly just golf carts.
That would
Just all golf carts.
Yeah, everyone has golf carts all the time.
yeah. I don't know if like if it was us like doing something wrong or something, but it would just not allow like because Nin put just orbital with mines, and still we got like boots and like cars.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just upping the chance of getting it.
Alright, well let's just start with what we got. We're good to go.
Okay.
For
I need to
item
put a time
probability.
transfer on, please.
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh, it's so hard to control this. I want to check out the ocean.
And we'll just crash the game.
Do we want to do item probability to where like if you're behind, you're more likely to get items, type thing?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Make it
let's-
Why not?
More of a slugfest for first.
Get over here. Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whee!
Whee! Bumper cars. Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh, and
so this
Oh,
one
we're
is
all
our
in different
chance of the
sides?
one.
Okay.
Yep.
It'd be. It's nice when it's like I'm not gonna get hit immediately.
Oh, I went under. Oh.
Oh, I bounced off the. I bounced off of it. Oh!
touch the tip.
It touched the tip.
I went under, but not by much.
Hey, how you doing?
I went over by a lot.
Alright, tip over. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go.
No!
Don't go down the hill! Don't go down the hill! No, no.
Yeah, I did that a few times,
Yeah, no,
so
this one's
have fun.
pretty rough.
Oh, I like your mace club.
Wait, which one?
Ranikki's mace club.
I don't have mace.
Yeah, no, she doesn't have a mace one.
Nah, it's just a normal one for me.
Yeah, I have the mace one.
Go in, you motherfucker.
What?
Kill.
Hey, let's go.
Me looking at it exactly. Like, what?
110 and I got first. We both were on 110 and I went in first. Oh fuck.
Less strokes?
Probably.
Maybe.
I like the instant shield. You're just like not letting anyone do it. Oh, I could have used that shield.
I love the music in this game. It's quite fun.
This,
It's
yeah.
so good. Oh. Like I probably have like I think 10 or so hours in this game, and the music has not gotten to the point where it's annoying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Out of bounds eliminated and what?
Oh.
Yeah, I ran out of bounds. I don't know.
That's so far away. Oh
Well,
my
there's
God.
not any water, so I'm not at risk of that.
I'm back at the squad, motherfucker. Please give me a go kart. Please give me a go kart. Go kart.
Oh. We're both bad shots. It's okay.
Snipe me?
No, I was trying to snipe me.
Oh my god.
I leave. You need properly.
Ooh, that went a little left.
I see you.
Oh.
Go.
Oh.
Thank you.
This is such a long map. Oh my god.
Yeah, this one's a long one.
Man, if I had a nickel.
Oh.
Every time somebody says it's long.
Yeah, it's a long map. I would have a lot of
$1.
nickels.
It is, of course.
Yeah, exactly. 20 times.
I didn't-
No!
No,
I missed.
fuck you.
Oh. I almost launched it.
Oh god! No!
Oh.
Fuck! Come back here!
Oh, the cart.
Yeah.
This map has that Heaven's Ward Final Fantasy music thing.
Did it? Oh, I tried to bank it off the golf cart. You go first. I remember what happened last time.
Hey guys, how you doing? Thanks you. Appreciate it.
Oh my
Those
god.
dunks in the last few seconds.
Oh,
my
this was
God.
rough.
Listen,
I don't
usually I don't
think
like
for
to
that second
put myself
place.
up, but putting that golf cart in the way while I went to get my ball. Just chef's kiss.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
How did you know I was gonna back up?
It's traveling with our life. It's okay. It's okay.
Get out of my head! Get out of my head!
Hey, man, it's okay.
You seeing you like
That actually helped me.
Ooh, this is
Can I
actually a
make
pretty
it?
shortcut.
Fuck, I was too short. I jumped too soon.
Ow.
Oh, how are you doing?
I deserve that.
Oh, you go!
Ooh, can I make it?
Did it at least make it? It did make it, but you put me into the water. That's crazy.
Oh my god,
makes
beautiful shot. Fuck are you?
Ow. Nope. Oh. I was gonna say.
I need some coffee.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
This is risky.
Okay.
Woo!
Lulu, I'm gonna need some
How did you get there?
I'm in trouble. I'm gonna die. Get it, bro! You need 2 springs.
Uh-oh.
That's bullshit. Great inventory. Oh, that might actually save my.
I'm impressed that you got there, actually.
I needed 2 springs to do something with it. Yeah, run. Run.
Ah,
Now I'm running. There's a red
Mine.
there.
Ugh.
so how do you plant them into the ground? Is it just not right-clicking beforehand?
Like this. Left click.
Left click. Okay.
Oh,
Hey, they were
yeah.
showing me.
Oh, I'm not gonna make
10
it.
seconds remaining.
I'm not gonna make it.
Neither is dark.
Well, Grace has been
Never mind, he did it.
Time.
Ooh, no! Unfortunate.
Holy crap.
I'm
Oh, I
catching
made it.
up.
I just realized that you're a Cyclops, and with that club, it kind of just reminds me of Epic the Musical with the Cyclops.
Oh,
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
I didn't even think about it. I just made this.
3, 2, 1, go!
Why?
I love how everyone instinctively is like, we're not gonna get near the ball.
Yeah.
Who put a mine on my body? Was it? Did you have a mine too?
Back and yellow went flying. Oh my god.
My ball went behind where we started, by the way.
The coffee's so perfect.
Bye. Well, I am unrecoverably behind. So, you guys did your job.
So my ball apparently landed on some. Oh.
Yeah, I got a penalty.
I have so many fucking trip mines.
Ooh,
I
no, that's gonna be fair.
got blown up, but I chucked my ball while I could. Oh, that's evil. That is evil,
That's
honey.
hilarious. That's what that is.
Oh!
Yep.
Can't imagine what that would have been. Oh, this is out of bounds? Excuse me? This is a shortcut.
Yeah, you need like coffee to get through that one. Ooh, I overshot it. Dang.
Why? I have a fucking plan, you idiot!
Ooh.
For shooting me earlier.
You've literally, you idiots are giving it to him. You're giving him the win right now. You're doing it.
Hey, let's
Yeah,
go.
Amazing. Amazing.
Oh, you're. I'm
Oh
caught.
my
I'm
God.
caught against your shield.
What is
I'm caught
going
against your
on?
shield. Caught against your shield. Excuse me, real quick. Pardon me.
Actually gave him that. I could have stopped it.
I'm just out of dancing out of bounds. Oh my, I'm dead.
Oh fucking hell.
That's not where it's set at all. That's like miles out from where it's set. You didn't even attempt to give me a good reading for that.
Oh, That's sabotage. Oh!
Ooh, there we go.
You literally could have had first if you just left me alone there.
Oh my god.
I see a shortcut.
5, 4,
I'm knocking it forward.
2, 1, go!
Good, friendly game. Why did I go to the left? Oh, I went a little over. Okay, well that would do it.
It will go a little to the left or right. It's not exactly straight.
Hey, get back here.
Huh? No, wait. I like the spot.
It's basically me on a Monday. It's try to get as straight as possible.
Get it straight.
That's me every day. Damn.
Oh,
It's like me
right
for
on
real,
the
for real.
balls.
Right on the testicles. Beautiful. That sounds bad. I see you with that gun. Leave me alone.
Me?
Oh, I thought I saw a gun in your hand.
I do have a gun.
Oh! How many guns do y'all have?
We both had the same idea.
Oh,
my
I
God.
sniped that. Oh,
Arr.
Okay, let's shoot this thing.
Good luck.
Oh,
all right. Time for me to chip it in again.
thank you.
Yeah, you chipped it in quite a
Oh,
few
I-
times today.
I launched it. I biffed that one.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Step on it, just walk up.
Okay.
The ball actually didn't hit the it bounced right off.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you for clearing
Appreciate it.
Fuck you!
I love how it's still knocked her back.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like with the shield, it shouldn't knock me back.
Yeah, the shield's a little bit wonky, but I will say it at least protects you, unless it's not an orbital strike.
5,
Andrew Kazooie.
4,
Or what was it called in
1, go!
dang, what was the name of the game?
What did you just do?
Coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
What do you have, Lulu? What you got?
Oh,
there?
Helldiver. There we go.
What you got there, Lulu?
Just boots.
That's actually quite useful. Very good. What?
We did get rid of
Oh, I deserve that. Oh.
Hey, have fun.
No, still landed it.
Don't hit me when I move by. Oh, no.
That's going in the water. No, it's not.
No, it hit me, so I stopped it.
Oh, I
You know
went in
what?
a drink again.
I want the weapon.
Oop.
It didn't give me the weapon there?
Gave me the weapon, though. Appreciate it.
Is this game serious? What the actual fuck was that?
I don't think this game is very serious, no.
Yeah.
No. That's insane.
Good hit.
That literally cost me the whole hole as well. One mistake from me, that's what happened every time.
Oh, no! Into the pit! The Sarlacc. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Where the sound of it came from?
You put me all the way back here. That's brutal.
Woo!
Oh,
Finally
thank
burst.
you for the boost. I gotta make this. Oh, I just hit the pole. Oh,
That counted as a hit?
Yeah.
Apparently.
I love the fact
Oh,
that
no!
judge's camera with that hair, honey.
Yeah. Oh wait, my
No!
That's my hair.
No, not your camera, but like you have a little judge's ballot.
It's not gonna happen.
Oh,
I fell into the hole and died. I'm way back here.
oh.
sniped you. I don't know how.
Oh, I ran in front of you.
Oh.
I ran in front of your ball trying to stop it, and it pushed me into the hole, and I died immediately. So it's not even like a.
Thank you so much for the raid.
Hey, welcome in.
I got Quake.
4,
Hey guys.
2,
Oh.
1.
Hi. Oh.
Got it. I think.
Oh,
Did you-
double raid. Thank
Did
you
you
so
just screw my shot on the? No,
I
actually,
tried
it's
to.
Oh no, I was just gonna.
No, it is safe.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
How you doing?
Yeah, welcome in.
How was your day? How was stream? Oh, y'all were playing Chain together. How was that? Well,
Oh, sorry.
Oh
to hear
my
that.
gosh, chained together sounds so fun. Fucking hell, honey! Why did
Me?
you
I didn't do it.
Did you not put it underneath these?
No. I don't make that jump. I actually didn't make that jump. I'm so sad.
Ooh.
ooh, I just put it out of bounds.
That's
pretty good.
cost me
Have fun.
doesn't it? I'm not gonna get one.
Yeah.
Dude.
No, you son of a.
How do I?
Yeah, funny enough,
How
you
do
went
you
from
get
one
across
chaotic stream
this?
to another chaotic stream.
Why?
Oh. Uh-oh. Oh.
Hey, how you doing?
You need the boots! I think we have to go around the other.
Oh,
buddy.
you do.
No, I don't. It didn't let me use it in midair.
Oh, I just biffed
That's
that
not.
one.
I've done it before. Why couldn't I do it that time?
wait. Let's all team up. Let's all team up. I have a go-kart. I can get us all across, and we just need to get a
I don't
lineup.
need your golf cart. I'm already over here. This is what I think about your golf cart.
He can't help himself. He just literally has to do it every single time.
But yeah, this game is very, very fun.
It's not even enough for the.
Is
No,
it
no.
not? Oh my gosh.
It's not enough for the golf cart, which is designed for, and it's not enough for the spring boots, which is also designed for. Like nothing works.
Oh, got it in just in time. Oh, thank God. The payback was immediate.
Head out, lurk,
I'm baffled.
drink water, eat. Please
So-
do so, and thank you so much for the raid.
What I had to do was I had to hit somebody, so I got the speed boost and then jumped with the boots, and that gave me enough.
No, not even the spring boots was enough. Nothing was enough for that.
No, did you also have a speed boost with the spring boots?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
wait.
had a coffee and a spring boots, and I couldn't even use the jump to hit. Like I had spring boots, coffee, everything. Didn't
Damn.
let me. Nothing works.
Damn.
Yeah,
Game just hates you.
Yeah, just like that with a stupid ass design on the whole.
Oh, I'm ahead just barely.
I am so far back.
Is this one made by a sane human being?
Ah, maybe.
I hope.
Maybe. Oh! 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 Did we all get it out of our system? All right. Don't you
Yep.
dare.
I just threw in the
No, we
drink.
haven't. I'll do it again.
It did it automatically.
Perfect.
I'm so sorry. I aimed for Ranikki.
Just can't help it. Every fucking time. Every single time.
Ranikki went to the right a little bit and it was just like, ooh.
Oh,
I need this.
I don't know where this is going, but I'm just chucking
This
it.
might work. Yeah, this might be okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna undershoot it because that's always what you gotta do.
Oh, this is a
Anything that's
weird
not
ass
the puck.
spot. How am I supposed to hit it here? What the fuck?
I saw it. Yeah, I saw that.
What am I supposed to do?
Oh no! Wow, that was just me. That wasn't even y'all. That was just me.
I just won in the hole. Go away. You hit my ball and now it's gone.
I hit your ball? Are you serious?
You hit it in midair?
We can hit each other's balls with our
wait,
own
we
balls?
can?
Yep, you just hit mine in midair.
I just have to
That-
take the penalty.
that's crazy.
Don't worry. I just have to take the penalty.
Yay.
Oh,
Yeah, this putt's
Hey, how
gonna be
you
a
doing?
brutal one.
Hey, how you doing?
What did you sound
Bye!
like you do when you went with that?
Wow, you.
Alright, I just get to enjoy this on spectating. I mean, you gotta do it into that hole, right?
Oh my god. This is like giving me anxiety.
Right? Oh, he pulled Ed! This last one's gonna be the end all be all.
Oh my god. Oh,
The
this whole
underpass.
I disagree. I think I can do this one.
4, 3, 2, 1, go!
I'm fine with it.
I'm like, I can't move.
Oh, you put it right in a bad spot. Oh!
I heard it coming. I heard it coming. That was amazing.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Oh, no, you took it. I was actually aiming at dark. My bad.
I jumped. I knew it was coming.
I gotta run.
Oh, I should get a ton of free speed boosts because there's no way you don't hit a mine. What? You know what? We do that. That's the best penalty stroke I've ever done.
I'm going to just hit every single mine going through here.
Thank you for the penalty struck. Alright, that's now set up, and I'm just gonna go ahead
Oh, I
and.
just hit a rock.
I think you win, Dark. Good job.
Oh, did I? Oh, nice one. In spite of hole 7 trying to be the worst thing designed by human beings.
A dub's a dub.
Alright.
I didn't think I was winning that.
Increase the attention. Alright.
Alright.
Weather.
And then what if you just didn't? Yep, there it is. That's what you get for being cocky.
I was gonna lose either way.
No, you got me in the lobby. None of y'all are getting last place.
Oh god. Ranikki and I were just battling for third.
Right?
Y'all are the other two are battling for first. Me and Lulu are just
Yeah.
battling for third.
Yeah, just not last.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's funny.
No, I want my Kit Kat glasses.
Get that, get that, get that. Where is my...
I don't want
Where's
to
my
run
yolk?
a new
There it is.
customizable.
My voice is gonna be gone for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. Ooh, I
Yeah.
can get an 8-ball.
Surely I won something new for winning a game, right?
I think
I
so.
got I got a couple new things. I got a couple hats, I believe. I like
Mallet. Ooh, sugar. Or what? Let's do
I
this
love all
one.
the eyes.
Oh, I should have gotten a different dance.
Oh,
It's fine.
I got a sunflower head. Oh, that's funny actually.
Oh, that one's good.
want
That
the
was
sun.
good. We're getting that
I
next.
want the sun. How should I? Yeah,
Just between you and me, chat. This one's next.
hello. You like my hat?
I do.
Oh my gosh.
You look like a fully grown-up Pikmin.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh, double. Do we want to do a random golf course?
Yeah, let's do random.
randomize it?
Yeah.
Random.
But
Okay.
can you do this?
We can do. Do we want to do 9 holes or do we want to go 12? 12 random holes.
Dealer's choice.
12 random holes.
12 random. Okay. Everybody
Can
ready?
it just generate random holes, or is it just like picks out?
It's just out of the set. It's just random.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Beep,
All right.
beep, beep. Ooh! The twin path.
Twin bath.
This one's not
Oh,
bad. I like
God.
this one.
5, 4,
I don't have to worry about air horns in the very first second.
Well, go. Nice jump.
For now.
What the hell? Why did it? I wasn't holding it.
Oh, we could have thrown in like player speed.
Oh, we
Just
could.
a little-
Mmm.
Just to increase the chaos.
Nice jump.
Oh,
Thank you.
you waited for the shield.
I did. Oh my god, honey, you came out of nowhere.
I went this one. Do I get it? No, to jump! Oh, okay.
Alright. This should do it.
That's my ball, honey.
I know, I want to see if it goes on.
Oh, missed you.
I went too fast, shit.
Ooh. Oh, there was a few that could have made it.
What are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do? Oh, well.
I'm
Yeah!
out of bounds. I'm out of bounds, that killed me.
All it did is I had to take out the ankles of my opponents.
That killed me.
Easy.
Wonderful.
And I got an achievement for doing that. What was
Oh
it
my
called?
God. I could have had first, and you fucking broke my ankle.
Jeez.
Oh, failed successfully. Finish a hole with a shot where the ball altered its course from contact with another ball, item, cart, explosion, or similar multiplayer match.
Is that
So
where
you
it
knocked
said
my
it-
ball in,
really
so
hard.
thank you.
Is that where it said it would go? Is
10
it?
seconds remaining.
You got this.
It's just
Your ball is
moving.
rolling. Yeah.
Can it just be accurate? Oh, fuck off, man.
Finished.
Wonderful. Very cool. Very cool and fun.
Spiral.
Oh no.
I like
Not
Spiral.
this one.
I might be it might be a bit controversial, but I like Spiral.
Quite. Very
I'm literally in full fucking
Well,
fun.
go.
I'm not doing anything.
Oh, it's skewing. Uh-oh. Oopsies.
What the? Oh.
Oh!
I'm running for my life.
I don't think you're gonna make it.
Oh, I was short.
Yeah, I think you need both.
Yeah.
Because I was gauging. I guess would be the opposite of straighting. I'm here all week.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I got the hole in with the fucking.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
No way.
No,
That is
stood over
actually
it.
nuts.
I stood over it and just fell in.
Oh my god.
Honey, oh my god.
Guys, I'm gonna need y'all to stop cheating. That'd be great.
just taking the penalty stroke on purpose is easier than actually going for
Trying
it.
to go for it.
We did the same thing.
It's just like playing basketball instead of ball, pretty much.
10 seconds remaining.
Get it in.
Oh, close.
Pin him now.
No. Oh, oh. Oh, you're drowned. You're dead. He died. A man died in front of me.
Like, where's Lulu? He's just rounding in the corner. Got it.
I
That's
turned
pretty
around to see
accurate.
him diving in.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys,
Oh,
I am safe.
that might have actually helped me. Hello.
you're welcome.
It made me fire premature.
Oh, it's in the drink. Oh.
Only because I helped you.
Oh.
Listen, they can't think I'm all soft, you know? It's a little sour, a little sweet.
Oh, we've all been soft in my lifetime.
Nice.
Excuse me.
Nice.
Nice. No, that was solid.
That was actually a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, I thought I got the penalty stroke. I'm like, I'm staring at the ball on the green. Well, I don't even know what this is. There.
I did that any better.
Oh,
Insane.
Nice jump.
Oh.
Where's my ball going?
What? In no universe do I penalty stroke that one.
Oh, you were close.
Oh
Well.
shit. Oh no. Alright, we can get this, and I have just what I need to get.
What are you doing? Yeah.
There you go. A little present for you. To you from me. No!
Oh, I was able to
Why?
save myself.
Now it works. Now it does the.
I'm
now
so
it-
far back. Oh my god! I'm at the beginning. I'm at the beginning.
Oh my god, really?
Why? Was there no checkpoint up there?
Did you not get a single one?
I was literally
Oh
going.
my god.
Where are the checkpoints? I mean, I'm obviously cutting
Remember
through.
that we cut through the
Oh,
door and
yeah.
That one action gets me a third.
Don't worry, I only hit my own mine. Hey guys, how you doing? I'm just taking my sweet time, real quick. Just real quick.
I was just in love with the game at that point.
We're just gonna.
One
I gotta build up the tension. You know what I mean? I saw this succeed the first time. You gotta build it. You gotta build it. You gotta build
Very
it. You gotta.
Please miss.
Oh yeah! I'm achievement farming. Actually, ever heard of it? It's really the like, one achievement per course is like the optimal way of going about it. You know. I don't want to brag.
Achievements.
Yeah.
5,
You're following.
4, 3, 2,
Ranikki, don't hit the. It's
Hey,
all-
how you doing?
Alright.
Alright, I get that bomb out
Oh,
of the way.
hi!
There's another two, so I'm just not getting out of it.
nice shot.
I biffed it.
Oh, thank you for the cart! Oh,
You're
fuck.
welcome.
On this one.
Nice shot.
Everything. That might count for me.
Probably should have grabbed the cart.
Oh, I want as much damage.
Ooh.
Oh,
I
you
just
dodged
pulled a
that.
bullet. Oh, I won't wait for
That
him.
was
What
close
the
enough.
hell?
Yeah, it would like it'll give you an indication if you're like.
That's gonna
in range
penalty
of
stroke
somebody.
me. I did that dead on time. I don't get that. Oh, now it works. Okay. I'm gonna lose it. This game makes no sense.
Trying to. Oh, yeah, you're getting there
There
before me.
Nobody stopped him. He just went right, and that was it.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I just hit a bunch of
Well,
trees.
it started off like.
Good. I know you're learning. You're getting there.
Oh, you son of a gun!
Let's go.
Oh!
Oh,
No, no.
all I just saw was impact.
Ooh! That was a good block. That was a solid block. Good
That
job,
ball did
Dark.
not go- No, it literally wasn't. The ball did not move. It doesn't matter.
It not.
The ball didn't.
No.
You straight up blocked it.
Done all there.
There we go. My ball kept getting thrown around by the fucking mines.
Ranikki, I'm always in last. Sunshine. Being in first place.
The first 3 rounds were warm up.
Alright, have you learned how to get out of that situation? You done it?
Hey, how you doing? I'm just gonna put this here real quick. Ah!
Oh,
Good. There we go.
my ball is stuck here.
I'm gonna put this here real quick. Ah!
Oh my.
I'm honestly surprised it didn't just stay there.
No, it stayed there.
Nice shot.
The mine?
Think about the mine.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, if it's not
I
fully
tried.
set, I think it doesn't.
I should have just tossed
Okay,
it
that
then
was
at that
not
point.
intentional.
Your ball's still back here, honey.
What?
At least I think it is.
You've been able to hit multiple things at once, like, the whole fucking time, and now it doesn't work? Now it doesn't do it.
No.
Yoink.
Oh my fuck.
Ooh, I'm so fast! I'll make Sonic look slow. No, please!
I need this. I'm in need of your equipment, thank you.
No! Oh, I had a shield.
Uh-oh.
I hit one instead of
Up there.
two.
Oh my god, what is with these? what is
Oh, you
with
put
these
me
items?
way behind with that shot. Good job.
I am getting a
tried,
very
I tried.
strange assortment of items.
Give me something good. Well, that wasn't very, but we'll go for it. Weep.
Alright, chip it in. Will I chip it in? Oh.
Let's go whatever. Where am I? I just fell through. I just fell under the
Sorry.
map. What the hell?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh no. My karma's kicking in.
Oh no.
Oh.
Go
No,
Oh,
I,
that might have-
I put it up too much. What the heck?
Oh no.
Oh, yeah!
I
In the
grabbed
nick of
at it, I
time.
had it, and I just fucking screwed it. Oh my lord. I was there first, and I'm the last one fucking in.
This is
I love how
actually
close
pretty neck and neck across all.
Yes.
Yeah, well, this is
Yeah,
close to the game
so
so far.
close.
No! Remove it.
Oh.
I hate this map so much. I hate it with burning.
Just go right instead of left.
Yeah, that's
I'm
the
doing
right.
that this time.
Well,
Yeah.
good. Nice shot.
I'm using all the coffee
How do you
to
use
get
this,
it
get the speed
back
boost in the
so
beginning? Or did you drink some coffee?
I coffee.
No, you get like a
Gotcha.
speed boost if you do 100%.
I thought I did.
No, I got coffee. That's coffee.
Oh, okay.
I heard some mines back there. What you doing back there?
I'm.
Oh! Ooh! Good job.
What? What?
Who got in?
Did you get in, honey?
Good job.
What happened?
Did anyone get an angle of that? I didn't get.
Unfortunately, I got hit by a golf cart, so no.
Yeah, I was in the middle of
What
killing.
happened?
I thought I was bugged underneath the map, but I got it in. With a-
Yeah, I think we need the golf
got
cart
it
for
in
that.
with a driver shot. I just pulled a fucking albatross, bro.
Hey, Ranikki, what you got there?
Oh, thank you for the spawn.
Oh my god, that's gonna send everyone into hole.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
None of us get it in because of
Don't
that.
worry, I'm gonna get there just in time.
Oh, I just got there.
Good job.
What?
Jesus,
okay.
honey.
I got
I
an
need a
eagle.
timetable of what
I think the
happened.
game's making it up to you.
With that.
I forgot to bring a pen here.
Okay, no, Lulu, I hit the ball near where the like at the top of the grass before the ramp. So I started moving into position to jump the ramp, and then it just told me I got it in, and I was done.
What?
Hey.
Oh, thank you though.
Oh my
Also,
god!
thank you,
it
Toasty,
got
for
me.
the streamer care. Oh,
We're returning the favor though.
I need to see if anyone has the best.
I will
angle for that
hydrate
shot.
in a few seconds, and I can do it. Oh, I just cracked my back.
How the fuck am I supposed
Scratch.
Okay.
Posture check. Alright, and I'll get the hydrate once I make it to the hole. Sorry, correct.
How the fuck am I supposed to get to my ball? It's out of bounds, in an area out of bounds.
Oh, do you have coffee?
I don't have coffee. I have
Alright, I'll give it to you.
boots.
I'll give it to you.
Thank
Alright,
you.
here you go. And then run straight there.
Oh my god. I thought I was being smart going over here.
They should make a mode where it's one big ball, and everyone has to push it.
Ooh.
Nice shot.
Like actual cooperative.
Oh, you son of a.
so good.
Oh, I did. I saw. I was there.
I was there when the miss happened.
Yeah. Honestly, it was a good dodge. Ooh!
My fucking golf
That's not
cart.
Wait, what happened?
I I hit my fucking golf cart.
Oh!
Off
Oh!
the hole! You bounced off
Woo.
the hole there.
Woo!
Why did I just randomly bounce the hell?
I think I dodged into you. Ooh!
Perfect. Kinda. Okay, cool.
Ooh, that
Oh
looks
my
too much on the
god.
right. Yep, too much on the right.
Oh, you got it in anyway. Good job.
Oh. Oh?
I'm gonna just take my sweet little time. In the mine that I placed that I definitely am not about to blow up from.
please blow
Oh, no! My ball! No! My own
Alright, I
hubris.
got the hydrate.
Oh my god!
Seconds remaining.
My hubris. It hurts. I need to go see a doctor.
Miss.
Attention.
Oh, the tension, the tension, the tension.
Oh, that's going in.
Wow.
Ranikki, you and I'm gonna drag you down to the bottom with me.
Oh my god. But I'm the
I'm in-
fourth one in the world.
Together.
Well, you don't think I can go down further?
5,
Oh.
3, 2, 1.
Like this.
Oh. I'm out of bounds.
That might be an out of bounds shot for me.
No!
Oh, that was brilliant.
I saw that.
Oh! Why? I'm in third!
I needed the speed boost.
Honestly, fair.
Aw.
Please, no. I haven't gotten an item yet. Please. Eh.
No, that ball's going in the deep right.
Oops, sorry.
Oh no, it's on the beach. We're good.
Did you hit me with your ball?
I did. If you go a little bit over, it locks onto people.
I got 3 coffees. What in the world?
It was in the tutorial. Oh, but my ball goes into the ocean.
Dude, he's got the Miike build.
All I could say is that wasn't me. Ah!
Oh, I see that cart rolling.
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 I
What?
got penalty? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna stand in front. Oh, well, never mind. I got pushed away. The game was just like,
Oh.
Doesn't let you do it.
Oh, right, I'm supposed to be dragging Ranikki down. What am I doing?
She drags herself down, don't worry.
Hey, I am a woman, but I don't need it. I don't need
Yeah, that's why.
this.
I don't need it. There are women golfers. What do you mean?
Wait, isn't this month International Women's Month?
It is, yeah.
Oh god.
Happy Women's Month.
Y'all are supposed to be nice to me.
I'm sorry, that's not.
4, 3,
You're right. You're totally right.
1. Go.
I do not like my.
I saw that coming.
I'm gonna do it.
You're totally right. I'm gonna be so friendly.
Is that where it said it would go?
They're only giving me coffee. I think it's on my future right now. Oh.
Okay, we're fine. I'm still gonna get close.
Nice
It's
shot.
not a big deal, you know. Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Penalty
That's what
strike.
I was waiting
I'll
on.
take it.
I'm at the beginning.
Oh no.
Oh. It adjusted itself right as I shot.
They're only giving me coffee.
It shouldn't go out of bounds. Of all the places in the universe, it won't be out of bounds.
Well, someone's ball is here.
Ah,
Oh,
God. Oh, this is so perfect.
wait, we're turning
Oh,
the
I'm
ball.
happy with that. That works for me.
Hey, how you doing?
Honey, do not do it. Don't do it. Return to your ball. I forgot to play golf!
You forgot to play the game. Is really funny. You were so busy killing other people that you're just like, oh right, I'm also here to golf.
My bad. No. I can't believe it. I walked all that way and was like, wait, I didn't hit the ball.
Hey, no, there's no need for that. There's no need for that. There's your balls over there. Hey, your balls over there. Hey, your ball. No!
I'm actually losing this one because of it. That's crazy.
That's really funny.
One mistake, as always. It's just, it takes one.
It is your luck. It is your luck.
No, hold on.
Yep, for it. Yep.
No, it didn't let me fire my shot. I don't know why. I wasn't allowed the overtime that you were.
You're still in
The 10
first.
seconds
You're
was-
fine.
I am.
No,
I mean,
so the overtime is after the ball has been hit.
Yep. It's
So
traveling.
you have to hit it before that count.
Yes. So like you can hit it like right at 1 second, and that's enough for it to be.
Now, you might want to hit it. Just saying.
I got the shot. We're all good.
Nice shot.
Wait. No!
Honey, let me in.
Oh.
Honestly, you angled that really well. Just a heads up. I gave you a compliment.
Wait, angle what?
Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Nice. Oh, I can't do that on stream.
Oh.
I'm not doing that voice. Nice shot, buddy.
Oh, you. I should have known.
Oh, I hit it.
You did.
Into zero there. No,
Fucking hell, those are so hard to aim.
didn't have to make this choice.
I'm activating monkey mode.
Oh, I went for the shot. Fuck. That would have been a sick shot. Amazing mine. Yeah, how will I ever dodge that? I don't do. That's not gonna go in. I need to get in position. Alright, actually does something like this. Alright, honey. Do you have mines?
Not anymore.
Oh. I mean, who shot that? Oh.
I am so sad. That was my ball.
Oh my god!
Yeah!
I got it in before it went off at least.
I held off the shot until after the explosion and fired it into the explosion. Got it.
I stood right next to that and it didn't launch anything. I got away with that one.
Oh, there's just the 3 angry cameras looking
Yeah.
at me.
Urgh. We're only judging everything that you do.
Exactly.
Uh-oh. 10 seconds remaining.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's pretty far. That's good. That's yeah. You're going out there. You're securing that last place, huh? I see how it is. I see.
Yes.
You're playing the mind games
Oh, you
now.
were trying to get the
Yeah.
dunk.
The what?
Lulu, can I do a 4th place for hire and just put hit out on the door?
Oh, I'm deep in 4th place.
5, 4,
I'm not
2, 1.
Don't even. Oh!
Oh, Collat, get fucked! Please, Doc!
Nope.
I keep getting short on the 100. Here, I'll go with this one. You can have that one.
Okay, I like that.
Oh! Shit.
Oh.
Where is mine going? Into the water. Oh!
Good shot.
Ah. Not gonna lie, I'm imagining this with Axel, and oh my god, I think
Axel
we
would have.
wouldn't be-
I would have. I would have. Like,
We probably
pressed
would've.
on stream if Axel made this.
I don't think we will be able to leave the beginning part.
Whee!
Ball's
Oh!
going down a hill! My ball's going down a hill!
Yeah, they do that.
Oh, this is
Yep.
an amazing mine, honey. Did you see where I placed that?
Where do you place it?
Actually,
Oh.
yeah, you're never know.
Is that going in the water? Oh no.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that is going straight in the water, huh?
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, the ball! The golf cart's at the ball! Give it back here! Golf cart abducted my ball! Get back here!
What?
It went into the driver's seat and then it got lagged inside the driver's seat.
Oh dang, really?
Yeah.
This is very relaxing right now. A nice little beach.
There we go. Oh.
Excuse me.
I just turn around and see a golf cart like feet in the air.
I was using the golf cart to trigger the uh-oh.
Trigger the uh-oh.
Not the uh-oh.
Oh, okay, it wasn't. Yay!
Oh, you son of a... You know what? Come here. Come here.
You know what's
Oh,
good?
oh, oh, I got a penalty stroke too.
Yep.
Come here.
No.
Come here. Come here.
I'm just dodging.
Come here.
Fighting the dummy from Undertale.
Oh no! Oh! Oh no! Oh! Alright.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh.
Got it near the end there.
Please, last hole.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
not this one.
The roundabout. You can tell because it's round.
5,
Yeah, that's
4,
alright.
3,
I didn't say anything, sadly.
Oh, cool.
And you have to eat. There we go.
How did y'all get me to stop putting the mines down then?
Oh.
That's crazy. I can't seem to time it right.
nice shot.
Oh, I hit the tree. Uh-oh. I biffed it.
I beefed it.
Only somewhat.
What the? Oh, hi. What the
Oh.
fuck? I wasn't even going for that. You just sort of existed in front of me.
Well,
Did it work?
that's going
I don't
somewhere.
have the item needed for this. I need this to be the right one, or I'm dead, and that's it.
Oh!
Whoa.
Thanks for the item.
Ah!
Oh my god, what is
Oh,
happening
time to
to
use the
us?
shotgun.
Oh, the tech. The tech of what I just did is wild.
Lulu, yes! Lulu just Florida'd. This is also Florida.
Oh.
There's so many rockets right now.
Oh no! Oh.
Where's my ball? Oh, it's over there.
Well, welcome.
Oh, you could try, but it's too late.
Fuck.
I just want to hit my ball!
I need to hit mine. Go away.
This is the 8th time I've gotten to the hole first. I'm like a 4th one in because people keep killing me.
Oh, can't imagine why.
You
That.
bastard.
We
Let you
know.
go first.
So on that middle island, I teched the jump by shotgunning, but I waited too late because I forgot that in the shotgun you have to aim down first. And so I went into the water, drowned, shotgunned my dead body outside of the water, got a checkpoint, and respawned.
Oh my god.
So it was crazy. Congrats, by the way.
Had those Florida. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Really had those Florida builds going halfway into it.
Okay.
Use a shotgun as...
That you'd see that shit. You'd see that shit out there too. Just people doing that.
Okay. Okay, this one's really funny. I have to wear this one.
Oh, like that one.
And then, what was the one that I was just like, we have to get this next time, chat? Oh, right. It was...
I need to
Oh,
see the
oh, yeah.
achievement list
Oh,
of this
yeah.
game so I can try and get some stuff.
Yeah, there seems like there's a lot of achievements.
There is.
Achievement cosmetics.
Hey,
think
how you doing?
somebody's made a
Mask.
guide. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you, Alyson Cotran, for the guide.
Oh,
I would have liked to see what it looked like, though. Thank you for
hold on. Do you like my
giving me a
dance?
guide.
Oh, let me join you.
Oh, let's go.
I feel like Steam would have the best guides.
Wait, what happened?
I'm trying to look at the cosmetic achievements and how to get them all, but they're not.
Yeah, lollipop.
They're not.
Oh!
listing
You would hit a potted
house.
plant? You monster.
Yeah, it's,
some-
the game's been out for a little while, but I'd be surprised
Yeah.
if there's. Eight,
People had peak mapped out.
Oh, 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 oh.
Fuck!
Ooh, that would be a nice.
Oh, no, he's too fly to hit. If you don't want it, you gotta dance. Woo! Oh. Oh. Haha!
But
Oh,
even with
Is this a good one?
no!
you gotta get your timing. I'm not gonna hit you while you're down. That's
I love how
unsportsmanlike.
This one's just telling me to cheat.
Lulu, let's go the assist.
Lulu took a bullet.
Really did. Get down, Mr. President. All right.
Not gonna lie, I really do like this Hell Day.
Oh, Helldiver's helmet? I do too.
Yeah.
Very good. I like it.
Whatever's-
I like it so much. Let's send you to Orb. Oh no! Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on.
There's a list of achievements. They don't tell you what they unlock. That's what I need.
Oh, that's a bit weird.
You came up from behind. Oh,
Guides.
I startled easily.
Guides on Steam.
Oh, I got
Is that?
it.
Oh, is that coffee? Oh, okay. Well, all right. Let's hold on. Let's hold on for a little bit of coffee. A little bit of.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it's
let's-
probably right.
Let's have a. Yeah. Let's have a.
Oh yeah.
Is there crouch? Oh,
Uh,
there's this. Whatever this is.
I can just lay on the table.
Close enough.
Wait, can we all just like get on the table and just?
Ah, that's a good guide. I
Excuse
found
me.
one.
Oh, I'm under the table.
Okay, honey, you might want to complete cat-like reflexes, which is evade 50 incoming homing shots.
You can do that?
Yeah, you can evade it.
have
You
to, like,
evaded a
get,
couple of
like-
mine, and it hit dark. A lot.
I saw that, yeah. Alright,
You have
Jack,
to get
we're,
underneath the table.
we're on to something.
Hold on, I'll join you under the table. Here. Hey, how you
Playing
doing?
a
I
match
have all the coffee.
Yeah. Basically, that's coffee right there.
Mm-hmm.
Movies!
And then 5 minutes later, you have to run to the back.
Oh, actually, speaking of which, let me run real quick. Be right back.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
fair.
definitely take that break. Actually, I might have to grab more water. I drink so much water.
Yeah.
All right, let me snag that real quick. I'll be right back.
I'm out of soda. I have water. I wish there was like an emo option other than just like the when you score.
Oh yeah.
That was cool. Alright, who wants a quick achievement you can do literally right now?
What is it?
Run around, find some bouncy boots. Use up bouncy boots.
Some bouncy boots?
Yep, just find some bouncy boots. Really?
I got it. I've never used it before.
Oh, alright, that's great. Guess what I got? Fuck you.
Oh my god!
This. God, we're trying to do. We're working together for a stream and you fucking grief me. Why?
All right, I'm back.
Yes.
So how's it going over there?
Are we not trying to get an achievement?
I'm just trying to
Stop
get the boots.
attacking me.
What?
I'm just trying to get the boots. Okay, I got them.
Alright, so get your spring boots.
Okay.
You're gonna use it to jump on the wood sign over there on the shop.
On this shop?
Yeah, jump as high as you can, okay? that's it. Well, yourself, you have to use the dive. Well, you have to go get more boots.
Yeah, I gotta go get another boot.
If you want a free achievement, you
Mm-hmm.
need to get to where I am. I see.
Do I have to do anything once I'm up here? Oh no, I just got it.
Walk up to yeah, and there it is. Oh, that's a funny
Oh, I
head.
gave a giraffe. Oh,
That's
funny.
really funny.
Stop giving me air horns! I want to be able to get up there!
Well, I got the interesting combination of I'm joking while hiccuping.
Oh no. Oh, I finally got it for the first time.
I got
Oh,
one.
the orbital.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Who shall it be? You know what? No, it's gonna be... Can I put it on myself? It did look
Yeah,
like
you
a... Go! Doesn't look it.
Oh, that one's really cool. How do you get that?
Hey, you have a skull above your head. What does that mean?
They have been damaging people.
Yeah.
Oh. Join me. Why did it go to you? Hey, how you doing?
Oh my god, I turned around and there's a nuke going on.
Literally wasn't looking at you in the slightest. Why? I guess it was still locked on.
Directly at me. You're still looking at
So-
me.
I think it goes based off of like whoever's ahead.
No, well, maybe.
Okay, are we ready for another round?
Yeah!
Give me one.
You're right. It is just the blue shell. I can't aim it.
Shit.
The blue shit. I can't aim it to anyone but the person in the lead. Which means... Uh-oh. Well, you made me use it. I was going to see if I'm in front, if it would hit me, but... Nice. Oh! Oh, I'm just drinking my coffee. What's the problem? Oh! Why?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you made me use my shields? Now, if I could have my items not be used for me.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. No, it's still gonna come.
Really? I just got here! Ow! Why? Hey, that's probably a good thing, what you just did. Alright, I'm just gonna...
No, I hit that.
No, you knocked me. Hey, how you doing?
So,
Yes, I like this. I like this a lot. Are you getting items? Because I'm not.
Nope.
Ooh! Oh, I got the boots. I can get the thing now.
Oh,
Go faster, go faster, go faster, go faster, go faster.
Laugh. Holy shit.
You wanna go? You wanna go?
I didn't do anything. No, go wait. You do it. I wanna get a funny. The air horn just makes me drink.
Got revenge.
Launch me.
No, get away from me! Oh, there's another one! There's another one! Jump out of the way! Oh! Oh, I'm out of bounds!
Divers right here.
Yeah, right.
Stratagem.
Oh,
Lulu's
Oh.
actually fully dead from that. He's done.
oh, I'm excited they...
I
didn't see.
went ahead.
No.
Oh my god.
So how's it going?
I may have fallen out of the map completely.
Okay, are we guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
So this is the game.
Yep, I'm ready.
I gotta get back to the thing to start.
Are
I
you
think you
sure?
do
Get it?
From escape, I think you can do.
I'm just gonna park my car. I'm just gonna.
Random. Wow.
Oh, ooh. You're lucky. I just got the orbital.
Is the orbital turned on in these lobbies?
5,
It is. It's just it's rare.
Super rare. Yeah.
I even turned up the chances of it.
Nice shot. Very good. You know what, Northern Europeans, you get a star of approval for being one of the like least insufferable places in the world right now. It actually seems really nice over here.
Hey!
I needed to get to the
Needed to do
I need
that.
to get
Yeah.
to the hole again.
Absolutely. Don't worry. That was just a warning shot.
Okay. Okay.
That was a warning shot. Don't worry about it. This is also a warning shot. See? Told you.
She looks so aggressive, like she's like running at me with a baseball bat.
I'm gonna stick this lollipop where the sun don't shine.
You have a lollipop and you didn't share with the class?
No,
I don't
I-
Or is the sun not shining part of sharing with class?
Oh my god, you're so
Oh,
that fixes the issue.
got stuck in a tree.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, well, okay, my ball just decided to whirl for no particular reason.
That's
Biffed
such
it.
crap.
oh, no, put me back in.
Oh. Survived against all odds, but unfortunately it's not very much.
Oh, not for long.
That's my fault. Oh, it's been down.
I'm just gonna be a little bit of a menace over here. I'm just gonna, you know what, this seems like a good spot right here. You know what, here seems like a good spot too.
My camera's been on the whole time, huh? And there goes one.
Oh, penalty.
I'm just gonna,
I overgee, I'm
Oh, I almost dunked it.
no. Oh, you almost went off.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my god.
You got this. You guys got this.
This is so chaotic. Oh my god. I can't imagine playing this with 8 people.
I
That would be-
can.
Like, it would, I feel like 4 or 5 is just perfect. I feel like
More
than this
people.
and, like, everybody's just gonna be screaming.
Yeah.
I do want to see it.
5,
Oh,
I want, no, you know what?
You're good with me, Dark.
Someone?
1.
No, you're good.
Nice shot.
Friends. No, you know, people are gonna mod the shit out of this game.
Oh, yeah.
Someone uncap the play account and just let their viewers join.
I saw.
oh my god.
200 people in one lobby.
Ooh, that would be a lot.
I saw a stream where it had like 17 people or 18 people. It's.
I'm just
noise.
gonna put this here. No
It's just
particular reason.
pure
Don't
noise.
worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh!
Not even for the noise. Like I've seen people do this on Terraria. They've done like.
You know what? I'm just gonna put this here. No particular reason. Oh no!
And now there's 500 people all trying to kill an overscaled.
I'm gonna put this here. No particular reason. None whatsoever.
I just hear like World War II behind me.
Hey, how you doing?
There's a lot going
Oh.
on.
Uh-oh.
GG.
I'm just gonna jump over those real quick.
I need to do this for an achievement.
Oh!
I hit the floor!
No, I need it for an achievement. Fuck off.
Ow! Why?
Achievement farming right now.
I wasn't an achievement farm. This Jim is so autistic. I love this thing. I need a real life.
Hey, how you doing?
Bruh!
Oh,
Anyway,
I had my mouth open.
well then close your mouth.
Oh my
I
lord.
was trying to catch the bullet.
Oh. Oh, you son of a...
How did I still get a bar?
You're just that good. Hey guys, what does aggressive mean?
Aggressive.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
3,
I'm gonna go left.
What?
Oh, my ball went so far in a wrong direction because of that.
Oh, I'm rolling.
You just went tumbling down that hill.
Rolling.
Uber Lulu, pick me up.
Where are you? Oh.
I see what you're trying to do.
What am I trying to do?
Oh.
Trying to do something.
Get your shit
All right.
Jackson.
Oh,
How about you stay in that water?
Here you go. I'm from Florida.
Oh! ¿Por qué? I mean, I know why, but, you know, for dramatic effect.
Hey, no, Bill.
I'm gonna need a shotgun for later.
Florida man. Fucking
Turn me on.
Why am I doing a... Oh my god, I'm putting way too much power.
My ball is in the worst spot imaginable. That's crazy.
Ooh! Oh boy. Uh-oh. Yeah, I went a little under. That should do the trick. Oh, I hit the pole.
Oh!
Yeah.
That angle.
I was trying to get Idealist, but he got it in just before.
That angle. Mwah, chef's kiss. I'm sorry. You being thrown back into that water was
I was trying
great.
to get Idealist.
Why would you try to get me?
Because you're winning!
I mean, at this point, I would understand in general. just points generally around. I like I'm still kind of in the way.
Not gonna lie, I kinda want the lollipop now.
Yeah,
The one that threatened to stick up your butt? That one?
I was threatening up Dark's butt.
I can see why you'd want it.
Yeah. It went up in value.
Oh!
I have a key.
5,
Seriously, 10.
4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, I wasted a shot.
Yeah, I know. I timed it so that you would just fling yourself back.
Fucking hell, that ran off.
Yeah, I thought the boss only did like the shots. Now I'm thinking about...
They just keep giving me boots.
Yep.
Is this a boots helping map? Oh, I should have saved those boots. Big time.
Ooh!
I needed this. That's not what I was trying to pull out, but I'll use it.
Man, if I had a nickel.
What the hell was that song?
Oh!
I tried
Sounded
to do
like
Mario Kart.
that's like breaking news.
Yep. Breaking news.
Oh boy!
Ignore the voice crack.
Breaking news! I fell off.
I fell off. Fuck!
I keep hitting the...
Stop it! Why?
Breaking news!
That's the third one!
Vehicular manslaughter. I missed. For fuck's sake.
Oh.
That should help me.
Oh, you parked
Stop!
under my ball.
Melody made me shoot my fucking thing early.
Oh, I got it!
Oh, that was a good hit.
God.
Good job.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. He's dark as applying his application tonight.
Who fired 3 rockets at me? I gotta know.
I threw 2.
That was a lot of rockets.
I got 2 rockets in a row.
I like you're on the bottom, but also, like, the most evil. That sounds about right. That checks out.
That is the typical trend of this game. Yeah.
That feels lore accurate.
4, 3,
Hey.
I have a chaotic space
Well.
elf, so...
Really? Oh. I shot it. We're good. Nothing else
Where's my
matters.
ball? I didn't shoot
Did I put the mine around my ball?
You did, yeah.
That's wild.
Nice shot.
Hi, baby. Oh my god. You're opening files! She opened
Oh, no.
File Explorer, you crazy
You can't do that!
Dexter. Nice fucking shot, lad. You
Whoa.
son of a bitch. You are the
My
bastard.
ball was still moving.
Fucking bastard. How could you do this to me?
I feel like it. Oh!
That was a visceral scream.
Oh, now I get the spring boots. Now I get the spring boots.
My item. My
Bye.
item.
Oh.
I had to be so careful I couldn't do it. 2 spring boots. Alright.
Hey.
Hello.
Oh. I'm never
Hey,
crossing
hey.
this bridge.
Rocket jump.
Can you do it with a rocket?
Oh, oh, almost. I almost did it.
Oh,
That's
I caressed the nipple. I missed out.
What?
trust. I trust in RNGesus to give me what I need. Well, you know what?
Oh.
I love how Dodo. I love how if I went that way, I got 2 spring boots.
Hi, baby. No, my camera's being... My phone's being used as my VTuber camera, and she's adorable right now. I can't take a picture.
Oh.
No.
10 seconds remaining.
You're so adorable. Please stop opening my emails.
Honey, you've got to get that cat off your desk. Get her off.
She's like behind the keyboard.
Well, we're very aggressive
Okay,
this
if she
round.
taps the wrong settings, your face could be on stream, so you might want to stop that.
I don't have the face
It's
cam
possible,
available
no?
for this.
Pause.
4,
Still can happen, I promise. It's happened to people before.
Yeah.
1.
Just in case.
Yeah,
No,
true.
I saw you holding that shit.
Oh, you son of
I
a...
hear the,
Where did
I hear the purring. Oh.
You baby. She's very cute.
I'm glad to see Echo tomorrow.
Why is my ball way over there?
Will I be her scratch pole or not? I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Kitty scratch pole.
Nice shot.
Okay, babe. I love you. Mwah. She had to go. She's on my shoulder now.
Oh.
Oh, why? That's alright. I got
Wait.
another one in the pocket.
I tapped out for a split second.
I went too fucking hard.
No! I didn't even get the checkpoint!
Myself in the water! I got you, but I put myself in the water. Oh no, you drowned yourself.
What do you mean drown myself? You shot me into it! What do you mean? Yes!
I missed!
No, you shot the whole golf cart, tumbled into the water, and I didn't get the checkpoint.
I went way.
The
I
bane
got-
of my
I-
existence.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Oh.
Oh, that was way too hard. That was way too hard. Well, thanks for the golf cart.
Uh-oh. 10 seconds remaining.
What the
Get that,
Oh
get
my
that
God.
shit off of here. It's stuck on here. It's like
Oh,
stuck
it
on
is.
there.
Overtime.
Oh my god. You are not getting that in.
Finished.
Honestly,
What
might have
is
gone
up
in if I
with
didn't block it for myself.
Yeah. Now I'm in second.
Congrats,
I wonder what happened.
Bappy!
I kept getting too hard and I couldn't like touch it.
4,
It wasn't letting me do it.
2, 1. Go.
See, Lulu? I'm friend. Giraffes are pacifists.
I thought you were explosions.
Don't worry about it. Don't look at the feed.
Not us, not all of us running forward. I just see Dodo's explosion and his own death.
I don't know what you're talking about.
In, you bastard.
Oh,
I needed the speed boost.
trust me, it's very fun, but very chaotic.
Oh, I did this to
Yeah, good
myself.
choice. Excellent choice.
You know what? I
That is
stick by
wicked.
it. I spawned up here. I'm fine.
Damn.
Uh huh.
Hey,
Oh, you want? Let's go. Come
It's
on.
a kitty.
And I don't care anymore.
Let's go.
Go, 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 go.
Oh, you are lucky you got a cart.
My haste level. Why? Why is it Iraq over here? What happened? What the fuck? Oh, I should. I'm so bad over here.
Oh, why did I do that?
It's not
Nothing
That
woke
early.
Up at 4 a.m. Yeah, I'm wondering why you're up, mister.
Yeah, where are
oh, I got so scared. I just hit the ball.
Hey, you did miss, unfortunately.
Oh, I thought I dunked it. There it was.
Allahu Akbar!
Oh no!
I was
Let's
here
go.
second.
This fun. You will like this game. You would like this game,
Yeah,
Happy.
I feel like you would like this.
I can't aim. I don't
Oh
know.
my god,
that just
it's
killed
just
my
very chaotic.
She just dropped me balls right there.
If we
Ooh,
just
that
look
last
at
second
eight
mine.
people, I have a feeling that it's going to heal my brain.
Seconds remaining.
Lulu, crush it out.
No, you're just sitting. Oh. Unfortunate.
Me and Lulu are tied for 4th right now. Oh my god.
My God, brag about it.
Oh no.
Oh.
If you get mines, leave them and put them all in
This
the
is
tunnel.
such a fun game for the price, especially.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I was recommending this, and I was like, hey, everybody get involved. That's a fun
Yeah,
one.
it's such a great recommendation.
Yo,
Oh, I know my good games, don't I?
he does. But I know you probably woke up unexpectedly, Fappy, but if you need
That was a
some
warning
sleep,
shot.
please go get it.
Please get some
Yep.
sleepy.
Warning shot.
Oh,
Ah!
Nice shot.
I think that's generally worse than an item. Just blocking someone.
Why did I just get a penalty stroke for hitting the top of the tunnel?
Oh,
It might be
that's
considered
not
out of bounds.
That's not. Alright, I disagree, but okay.
Oh, that was
Dude,
oopsie daisy.
That's bullshit. What
Penalty
is
stroke.
that?
Oh.
Why am I not hitting my ball?
The
What
game
the
doesn't
fuck?
know what's
Why did my ball go backwards?
How did my horn miss all that? Okay.
Ugh.
I woke up 30 minutes ago and
Good luck, fellas.
I wanted the air horn. I wanted the air horn. So bad. Oh,
I
I'm
kept
10%.
I kept forgetting to switch the angle again and again and again after the tunnel.
Oh yeah. That
I'm
reminds me of
getting
like when
fucked by penalty
you wake up
shots.
earlier than your alarm.
Ow.
Idealist, I need you out of the way.
Well, you know what? I'm busy gyrating. Like, I don't know what you want from me.
That is his
I'm
air
busy
horn.
right now.
Can't you tell I'm a little preoccupied?
What?
Yeah, they have a rocket
Why
launcher.
is it at the wrong angle?
You
Why
haven't
is
s-
it at the wrong angle?
you
That's
haven't-
bullshit. I tapped one like multiple times.
You haven't seen the
Why
best
is the
one
scroll
yet.
wheel?
Yeah, that's
It's-
there's rocket
it's sup-
launchers, there's mines, there's coffee, there's magnets
Orbital
that give you a
lasers.
shield. Yeah, there's an orbital laser.
5,
It's
4,
our favorite item.
2,
Alright, press the horn.
go.
Yep, there you go.
Thank you.
Nice shot.
That's fine. That's fine with me.
Honestly, it's better in this one because it's-
it ended up on top.
yeah. Oh, why were there mines?
That's ping. Fuck you. Fuck your ping.
Oh my
I
god.
don't need to be juggled like it's
Oh,
American combat.
why? I'm just walking here.
Hey!
Is it a golf game or Helldiver with bad graphics? Yes.
Pretty
Yes.
much.
Pretty much, and I got the mask too, so yeah, it is. Oh,
Anyway.
Has to do it.
No,
That's-
it's gonna fall off. It's gonna fall off.
Ooh, ooh, I still got it.
Oh, okay, it's fine.
Oh, I just see someone. Oh,
Oh, mine is about to fall off. Yep, there it is. Oh, oh.
Don't worry, I'm out really stuff to do.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh.
Shit. Nah, that's ridiculous.
Good try though.
Speeders, go.
Oh,
If there was a little bit to the. If there was a little bit to the right, I think that's right.
Can this game please?
oh, you hit mine to keep forgetting it. Oh, that's so
That's
good.
the second time my one key is doing nothing.
It went over. Oh, it went over.
Ooh, you still got it in. Good job.
It's not switching. It's annoying the fuck out of me.
That's weird.
I use the scroll wheel. Yeah, it's more consistent.
Oh, I just do the numbers.
Like switching items.
Don't just hit your
I assumed angle.
You know, with the scroll wheel, you can adjust the angle.
one. Oh look, it's there now. That's
Oh.
weird.
I like.
I've been doing 1, 2, 3.
I've also been doing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can I not get fought because of that again, please? No, it's the angles at the bottom and then it's still.
Oh,
does,
I'm
20
coming,
degree,
Dar.
20 degree.
I
It's
am
not gonna
behind
put me on
you.
bottom mode. You'll beat me, don't worry.
5, 4,
Yeah, I feel like with the scroll wheel option, it's
12,
just
4,
I turn my brain off with it.
It just won't do it.
I'm just gonna grab this one real quick. Thank you. No! Why did you get a card and I got a shield?
Oh,
Oh, actually, I'll take this. Thank you.
Wow, that's garbage. Why did it go left?
Thanks. Bye.
Helldivers
Aw.
check.
Can this
Yeah.
just work,
Helldivers.
please?
Bye. Well,
Amazing.
you didn't see nothing.
I just realized all the maps we've been getting so far, well, at least at the back-to-back
It's been the
one,
long ones.
has been the long ones.
Ooh, good try. Good attempt.
Oh,
Oh, oh, I'm shielded. Hey, how you
I
doing?
tried to time it.
Oh, I saved your life. Remember this. There was a golf cart coming after you.
oh, I went 101. Dang it.
I feel like I'm gonna need this. I was incorrect, but I'll still take it. Hey, how you doing?
Can it?
Yeah!
I saw you spinning around. I was like, he might not see it before.
Well, I don't know about the bugs, but
I want the
yeah, there's no
achievement,
bugs.
I'm doing it. Got it. Got the achievement.
What was the achievement?
Dance on the hole for 3 seconds before anybody gets it in.
Ooh, I didn't know that was one.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
That's a good one.
Oh, come on.
Fucking no, lad! Draco, what you want?
I have a kitty cat who's trying to get me to play with her. Bug. It does not have bugs and it does not have managed democracy, but it does have chaos.
It does have chaos.
Wait, who said there's no bugs? Oh, there's bugs, don't worry.
Oh, there is game bugs. Yeah.
There's a couple of game bugs.
Oh, you got this. You got this. You got this.
It has been
Alright,
I'll give him some slack.
Tension, tension. Yeah. And oh.
Oh, I thought it was going. Hey, why are you slapping me with a cat, Draco?
No, no.
Hi, Draco.
Hi, Draco.
I was streaming earlier.
Yeah, how was studying? Did you study? Was it good studying? Do more studying, please.
Well,
Hello, Baptiste.
nice shot.
Wait, is it Baptiste or Baptist?
Or Bappy. Bappy
Bat.
for short.
I do. I say Bappy.
Congratulations, you went out Baptist.
Oh, I came down here to try and get.
Wait. I have the best idea in the world.
No, no, you did not. Ugh.
What did y'all? Where are y'all?
Wow, amazing. Revolutionary gameplay. Oh, okay, that works.
Oh.
No.
This might put me in the hole, but you know what?
Thank you, Shield. Thank you so much.
Shields.
Other player, not so good. Oh.
Oh.
Why are you trying to put a mine on my fucking hole? You did put a mine on my fucking hole.
Because of that. And now this will happen.
Oh.
I'm still able to hit it.
You did still somehow get that shit.
Stream good, other player not so much. I'm sure Lanya did great.
Woo! Welcome in, Pappy.
Oh my god, Draco, the other day when we were playing Helldivers without you, like Ranikki and Lanya, I jumped on her head with a mech and squished
Hell yeah.
her. It was beautiful. Greatest moment of all time.
Me or
Alright, I'm
Lanya?
gonna try to chip it in.
Lanya, if you remember, I jumped off of the thing onto her head.
Oh,
I have no idea. First, last, or third?
Wouldn't this be a bad one?
No!
Oh!
Sucker!
Yeah, that was a bad one.
I should have done that.
She should have said it.
Wait, my notifications haven't been working. Why is that?
Oh,
They're not working. So, honey, you do have to log into TimeGeo.
oh, do you?
Oh,
Might not work.
get something, get something. Ooh. Oh, unfortunate.
Finished.
One more hole.
Oh,
One
God.
more
Yep.
hole.
Ranikki and I just fight for third again.
Yep.
I believe in you.
It fits in very beautifully.
Four.
Yes, it fits.
It's like that,
Oh, you
photo
spawned in a
that-
bad
that-
spot.
Ow! Oh, you threw me off the cliff.
Last place celebrating.
Yeah, you spawned in a horrible spot. That's amazing.
Nice shot.
Whoa! How did that happen?
I don't know.
Oh, good thing I missed.
I tried.
Oh. Oh, this ain't gonna be good.
Oh no, no.
Ooh, I really biffed it this time.
I'm just gonna do this. Don't you dare do it again. Don't you dare. Get out of here!
Alright, I'm gonna try to chip
Nope.
it from over here.
Works for me.
Ooh, I think it went over.
I had two.
No, it's fine.
Nice shot.
Oh my god, this is mine. Please, no. No!
Oh! I'm just
Who
gonna
was over
switch.
there? Was anyone even over?
I'm just gonna go ahead and just grab this real quick.
Oh no! Hi guys. Don't go over here.
You're a chimpanzee?
My ball! My brand!
I caressed his little...
Ooh, you almost sunk that.
I missed.
Oh my god. I was saving that orbital.
That was a good orbital. From my point of view, he looked so small. It was just like, I'm gonna die, and then just explodes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the last one.
That was it.
The orbital we have seen in like several games.
Yeah.
Yo. I think
Kinda
that
crazy.
orbital that actually helped me get a little bit ahead of Lulu.
Ooh.
The
Oh.
funny thing is, I could have actually at least hit my ball, but I was like, you know what, screw it. Doing it for the bit.
Yep. It was a good bit.
Where's my new item? I should have go for yeah, disco.
Okay, where's my... I want to get my... That one's fine. Gotta have that.
Yes. Yes, that was.
We
worth
got the
dancing.
dance. Ooh.
That's amazing.
Mm,
Honey, look what I recovered.
mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, big
Oh,
snail.
it's a
We gotta
lollipop.
rock. We gotta rock the big snail.
Oh yeah, I have that one as well. And also, I got this.
Nice. That's the same one I have.
I mean, that one would be good.
Oh,
But can that be with...
I just
this.
been buying the emotes because they're so expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
I want a different hair.
I have like 2 more to go.
What do I want with this hair? What kind of hair do I want?
I do need the funny uwu dance.
That one's not bad.
I wish they can like allow you to customize the emote wheel so you can actually have, or you can.
Well, how do
basically,
you
can
You know
actually
what?
custom ones. Oh, so you hold T and then a wheel should show up.
Oh.
We gotta have that
But
one.
there's some that are like just for a few seconds, and then there's the continuous ones.
How do you customize
Like the golf clap.
this?
Hey guys, do you like my haircut?
Oh my god! Oh no!
Yeah, this is my hairline. This is my hairline in like a decade. It's getting there.
Did you just get
That's
like
been
whipped
2 years.
cream and like froth the back of your bald head?
Yeah.
I did.
Whoa!
Oh.
It really does look like you whipped cream at the battle head.
Okay, how are we feeling? Do we want to do
Keep going.
one more?
Let's do
Alright,
one
I
more
think
round.
This is gonna have to be my last one because I have some homework I have due tonight. But I
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do one more. One last round
Yeah.
of courses.
Oh, make this one awful. Nah, make this one actually unbearable.
I want to see if I can really increase the orbital
Okay, balls
cannon.
enabled. Increase the chances of like orbital laser.
And then player speed 200.
Oh, good dodge.
Yeah, make this up. Yeah.
Dude,
Bring it on,
does
bring it on, motherfucker.
does
How do I...
jumping have invincibility
Players?
frames?
Oh,
Probably not.
scroll on.
No.
Oh, there it
You have
is.
to scroll down. Yep.
Outbounds, outbounds.
Oh.
We'll go to 200 on player speed. Same with cart.
Ooh, yeah, cart.
Hey chat, you wanna see how you make Ranikki laugh? You wanna see comedy genius? You gotta come out of. You gotta come out of.
Oh, sorry.
We're going.
Free clip, but that's okay.
We'll never know. We'll never know. We have no idea how.
World may never know.
I will find the time, do it, and you will laugh. I'll laugh. Oh, that might go in the water.
Ooh!
Oh my god!
What kind
You're
of?
so quick off the bat.
I don't know!
Oh,
Nice shot.
Oh.
this is actually a better experience.
Yeah, no, this is good.
Maybe not. We'll see.
Oh.
Nope. No, see, that musket's not gonna land at this speed.
Yep.
Gotta be real accurate to get that.
Oh, I hit it way too hard. Oh no, that's gonna. I'm in the water too.
Oh.
Trick shot. Meow.
Meow. Oh my god.
Oh, I can't. I cannot believe I hit you. I cannot believe I hit you there.
Nice shot.
Oh my gosh, we're so quick. You can't see anything.
Oh, that's good job.
Just does nothing.
Yeah, I don't think the balls trigger.
Yeah, the balls do not trigger it. Bodies do though.
It does for like, but I think like it will still obscure
The hole.
It does seem to
Yeah.
tap out.
If it's light enough, it won't set it off, but it will bump.
Yeah.
Lulu, what are you doing up there? We need to get you down from first place. That's way too high up there. What are you doing? You're gonna hurt yourself.
Oh. Oh.
Just like this.
Motivational speech all over again.
I'm just gonna just do this real quick. Whee! I'm just gonna do this real quick.
Oh.
I'm gonna drink a coffee. Oh my god! I'm fucking Sonic. I'm fucking Sonic. I hit myself with a ball.
Oh damn.
Whee! Hey, how you doing? Oh!
Okay, I just got a golf cart. Is it even what? It is. The cart's quicker.
Oh my god, I'm still rolling.
Alright, chat, you wanna see a trick shot?
Guys, I'm still rolling.
Damn it!
I swear I got my driver's license.
Oh! I'm so flipping!
Well, also because like Ranikki like increased the this.
Did I down? I dunked that. Oh my god.
Hey, this is what you get for dunking it.
I did.
Damn.
Damn, maybe she's born with it.
That's broken flag.
How dare you? Oh no, I'm locked on.
Too
Oop.
much.
That helped me a lot.
Why am I over here? That's so. I'm as close to the water as I could be. Oh.
Why did it do that?
Hey, how you doing? Oh!
Oh, a thing we could have done also is they increase the swing speed.
Hehehehe.
That would make things really.
I thought about that.
All right.
Lulu, come on.
You got this. You can dunk it. I believe in you. I believe in you. Go, 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 go. Oh! It's a little bit to the right. It's a little bit to the right.
Wasn't the worst shot, but unfortunately no.
Unfortunate.
Good try though.
Yeah, good attempt. All right.
We might actually be able to cross the gap now.
I think so.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah. I still need my shotgun though. For good luck.
2, 1, go! Nice
Wait, what? Oh,
Whee!
did you see
Wait, I
that?
got 100%. Give me that one. Oh.
Humiliating.
Oh, I
shit.
got the coffee.
Oh
Perfect.
shit. Fine by me. I am safe. Is this crossable with our feet?
Whoa! I'm so fast!
What? I'm out of the water! That's bullshit!
You just zipped in out of nowhere. Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm so fast. I drank coffee today.
The golf carts are actually a detriment. They're so hard to control.
Yeah, they're so hard to control when the speed is that high. Hey, what was that for?
Oh, what did I get hit by?
I think it's just.
Oh, no.
I think you just can't see. Your giraffe eyes is covered by the roof of the cart. I think you hit the ball too.
Lulu went flying.
Look how fast that goes!
Uh-oh. 10 seconds remaining.
I love that we're faster than the ball.
Oh my god. The fucking
I love we get there before the ball lands.
Finished.
Oh.
It didn't count it.
Tied for first, but apparently I'm first. Wow. Wow. On Women's Month? Crazy. Crazy.
Women
Yeah.
always second place.
5, 4,
Wait, what is this gonna do?
1.
This will be stupid. Honey, you ready?
Oh, 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 oh.
What the?
Did I even hit my ball? I did.
Oh!
This was so quick too. That was a terrible mine.
Why? Can I hit the ball, please? I'm still in the beginning.
Dude, I feel like a Half-Life 1 speedrunner right now.
Stop, Aaron! Ranikki!
Oh my
Why?
god. So many explosions.
Most of them are in my face! Stop it! Please! Why?
Zipping by. Oh, I just launched it. Whoopsie.
I was hoping that I was so fast that I could outrun the explosions.
Oh god.
Holy crap! This is ridiculous. You hit the flagpole!
Oh, I'm not in putt mode! No!
Mine
Oh, yeah.
was on top mode and it was doing that.
Hey, how you doing? Oh! Oh, hold on. I gotta gyrate. That's what he's doing. I didn't make him do it. Looks around.
Oh, it's this one.
We do need more maps for this game, but it is a fun game.
5, 4,
Hey, how you doing?
2,
That's what I
1,
love.
go!
Hey, I'm just going. Oh!
Oh.
Nice shot.
Oh no.
Honey, wait, honey, come back. I have a plan.
This can't happen.
I have the greatest of all plans. I'm not gonna. I'm leaving you alone. Keep that.
Yeah, I'm
golf
not.
cart around. You're a bitch.
Nice shot.
Keep that golf.
Oh my god. I didn't mean to hit you a second time, I promise. I promise. Wait.
Alright, get it.
Oh, that's going in the drink.
Send me over.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Send me. Come on, my ball's there. Go for him. Go for him.
It's so hard to control!
Ah!
And there we go. I actually forgot what my plan was, but thanks for that.
I knocked him out. We both stayed up.
Yeah, imagine that.
Oops, I was trying to put it-
And everybody's like, oh no, that was the worst thing you could do.
Oh.
I should not have done that.
Coffee. Like, oh, you're gone. You are gone.
Brett!
Oh, you're so far away.
Yeah, but can we all agree that the increased movement speed is a very good change?
It's a yes and no. Mostly yes. I am inclined for mostly.
Honey!
That is crazy. That's crazy. That's domestic.
Oh my god.
That's wild.
Wait.
That's wild. That's
You're getting this lollipop up your tushy.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think I'm good. Oh no, not this map, and I just pissed off that woman.
yeah. I was gonna say you've made an enemy. You made a dangerous enemy.
3, 2, 1, go! Nice shot.
I launched it.
Penalty!
Love you.
I love you.
She's up she's coming. Giraffes are passive creatures.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
I
That was-
launched it. Whoopsie.
Oh.
Oh, trick shot! Get 360 no scope!
Ooh.
Oh.
I need another cup of coffee.
That should still send you. I've seen it send people.
Oh, I saw that.
Right, since you left me in there.
Oh!
What the hell? I have an idea. Damn it.
Oh, we're both messing up. Oh, yeah!
It went in like a millisecond before mine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the nut and pudding stance.
If you're not first, you're last. That's what Ricky Bobby taught me. R.I.P.
Oh, yep.
If you're not last, you're first.
Well, then I'm very last.
I was gonna say.
Keep shooting
Target practice.
Finish.
It is anyone's game.
Kind of.
In real life, I'm just like doing the Egyptian dances.
Yeah, I've been bopping my head.
Yeah, same.
4, 3,
Yeah, no, this music's really good.
1, go!
Oh, I missed.
Where the hell did my
I got a shield.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, I switched to pup mode. In my hubris, I was
Stop
hubing.
getting trip mines. Fuck. That actually got me a lot. Oh, God.
Oh, I don't know where my ball was going, but it's going.
Yeah, somewhere.
Off the map. That's where it was going.
Oh.
That could have been the greatest trick shot of all time, right there.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
Trick shot.
Oh! Flip for style.
Jeez.
Let's go. Ha ha ha. Nope. you son of a gun!
That was beautiful.
No, I overshot it.
And not on farm mode.
That was my chance.
Oh, you go.
Oh,
You go.
Oh shit.
did my ball not get in the hole? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh. Alright,
Who wants
Hey, how are you doing? Oh! How is this ball not in the hole? There it is.
Fuck off, you beady shit.
I'm making this shit if I get highlights.
I-
It's too funny.
I'm making the shit.
Get that shit down.
I am making the shit. Me whenever I go to the bathroom.
Oh, not this map.
You like twirl your mustache. I make it the shit.
I'm making the shit.
4,
Make it that shit.
2,
Very
1,
nice.
go!
We're all friends here.
For now. Give it like 3 seconds.
Oh my god, she got the spring boots up.
Oh!
Fucking ball, man!
Oh!
No!
Nice shot.
Oh my god.
That was way too hard. But you know what? We
Oh, it's
balling.
right by mine. I hate it here.
Whee! I'm so damn fast. Oh! Oh, my face! It's not used to having been full of bullets. That's unfortunate.
I just had to let it go and it should not have done that.
That's a bomb.
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
there's always a trip mine that gets placed there, and it's not any of us that does it. It's
Yeah, of
devs.
course. None of us would do that to you. None of us. Not a single
Oh,
person.
That's a dev placed landmine, I swear.
Yep, I agree.
Oh my god.
100% agree.
I tapped it. I did a little itty bitty tap.
A tap, tap, taparoo.
It's in.
Just don't fall in.
You just blocked
Oh.
the. What?
Oh.
You pulled a me there.
Just a little finesse.
Just a little bit of a.
We just had to throw in some tension.
I didn't know
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
fall into
yeah,
the
you can do
hole.
it.
It's called a story arc. Look it up.
I did it before, but I thought it was a bug. I don't think it was intentional.
Oh, no.
Game design.
2, 1, go! Nice shot.
Oh, I got
Oh my god.
an achievement for that.
Just back in.
There you go.
Oh, fuck's sake. And
Have fun.
Oh.
Whoa, whoa, no, no.
I'm just gonna shield up.
I'll save my run.
Nice shot.
I fell off!
That's out of bounds.
That's
saw that.
unfortunate.
That's out of bounds. I just need to get in position. What? Where my ball go?
Oh. We do this.
Worth it. That's risky.
No, that's my own bomb.
No, it's not happening.
Oh, I just put myself.
I did. We just did the exact same thing.
Oh! Oh!
That's probably bad.
Oh my god.
Why am I getting crushed? Stop! No!
I'll let you go. Alright.
So how's that going?
Scream.
So how's your match? Is it going well?
Fucking bored of that, you bastard.
that was a scream of victory, right?
That hurt my That hurt my
So what happened? What? 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 What happened?
I heard that from Florida.
Really? Because goddamn.
Oh.
visceral, holy shit.
Oh, my
5,
Oh,
4,
I'm fucking bleeding.
Don't worry, I know exactly how to do this. We're good.
Musket.
Oh, thank you.
No, I tried to move forward.
Why am I on the
Oh.
Oh, that killed me.
Oh. Thank you, Dems.
Fluffy! Ball. Where's my ball? Where's my
Oh, well,
fucking
that's
ball?
going
Why
forever.
is it down here?
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
Or is it?
That.
Penalty stroke.
I swear, man.
Oh, oh.
Oh, I got failed successfully there.
Yeah, the failed successfully is very good. Oh, that
hurt.
spawn shield. Oh, never mind. How many guns do you have?
I have to.
He's British. Mr. Zero.
I had a lot of guns.
Apparently.
It's America, baby.
Yeah.
You see those cameras? That's the face I told her. It's amazing.
Oh my god.
2 more holes.
Oh, thank
2
you, Kelsey,
more
for this
holes.
stream. I'm gonna hydrate.
I need hydrate.
I know. Like, everybody hydrate. Everybody do a stretch.
My voice is gone for sure.
I can't let you out, Daisy. I had to close my door after that shit. Nobody told me.
Whee! Oh!
Thank you for the
As
stretch.
soon as I
How dare I have whimsy?
Whoa, my ball.
But also, why am I on 0?
Whee!
Oh!
That's it.
Difficult! Oh! Penalty stroke! Ugh.
Yes, it. No, he doesn't. No, we both died. Oh, you
My ball landed
I
right
went
back,
so
right back
fast
here.
that oh, there we go.
Dude, I just respawned and then my ball appeared with the penalty stroke teleporting it back to the fucking checkpoint.
Oh, sometimes
funny.
it does that.
I cannot believe that. That's crazy.
It's gonna do a penalty stroke, so I'm just gonna do this.
Oh!
My peace out. My gear is carrying me off.
I didn't get the penalty stroke?
I'm on 0 again. I didn't say go 0, you fucking dumbass game.
My ball's stuck in the
Uh-oh.
wall. It's bugged. I can't get to my ball. My ball is bugged.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What-
Can you not
Your-
press
well,
the-
so there was bugs in this game.
My ball! I can't do anything!
I
Where's-
fucking hate you.
Is there like
Why?
a... no, I think if you hold R. What if you hold R? What happens?
How could you do
It's
that?
just hard to give
Why?
up.
Oh.
Like, that's all I can really do is just give up. Like, I can't hit my ball.
What do you... Can you get an item to explode it?
No, I could've. I probably could've. I took time. I did the R already.
I thought R... I was hoping R was like a... It forces a penalty stroke, so it like spawns on your head or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought so too.
For dramatic effect. Yeah! For dramatic effect!
So, okay. For context,
Yup.
I didn't see Dark was right next to the landmines. I was trying to clear it. So that everyone could use it. And I just saw Dark go the distance.
4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh! Oh!
Video game. Now it's not resetting my stuff. It wasn't. It was earlier. Now it isn't.
I'm just gonna yoink.
Oh, my life flashed.
Oh boy!
My eye.
I don't know why I went for you, but it did.
Okay, I got all boots. I gotta
Nice shot.
Just do a shit ton of flips.
pretty much. Barrel.
Oh, whoops. Stop it.
That was a dead duel. Get the fuck out of here.
They're only giving me boots. I don't know what it's telling me.
Wear shoes, forehead.
That
I don't know about that.
No.
Ooh,
I
good job.
I want to always make sure that my dogs are out.
I I thought about laying down a shit ton of mines when I got here, but I was like, I'm just gonna take the first where I can.
Mm-hmm.
The mines hurt you more now, so obviously.
Yeah. It still wasn't enough to be idealist though.
Just at the end, oh my god, I don't even care. That was bad.
What can I
Ooh,
say?
that's not ending up in the water, my
It
man.
didn't end,
No!
it
It didn't go in the water. It's skewed to the right.
didn't hit him either. Hitting absolutely nothing right now.
Oh! And the time ball.
Oh, that was
I like you throwing like yelling in the bottom of a lake.
Oh, god,
that was
Ooh,
fun.
good job.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's
What do we
really
unlock?
bad, Don.
Yeah, that one's solid. Did I unlock anything?
I don't think I unlocked
I
Posting
don't
that clarity
think
in that
so.
yell.
you got rid of like at least a week's worth of tension with that scream.
So how's it going out here?
Come back here.
Looks like it's going well. But yeah, no, this
I
is
upped
super
the
fun.
chance of getting orbitals, and we just didn't get any on
That's
that.
wild.
Yeah, that's why I said like I think it's something they need to fix for sure.
Yeah, being able to actually turn on and off items would go super hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But overall, very fun. I really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, do we all want to hop into a single cart to see what it all looks like for all of us?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Get in! Oh, sorry.
Ow.
Get in!
I like that one.
Oh.
Whoa. Okay. Now get
Got
in.
the best seat.
Hell yeah. Everyone choose their spot. Let's see. We're all gonna. Oh, oh.
Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
There we go.
I can tell how close you are to the little wall.
All right. Where do we want this?
Let's try and do a jump.
Is there a jump?
Like, there's one.
Oh, yeah, there's right in front of us. Yeah, let's go!
Here we go, motherfuckers!
Woo! Oh, we're going.
That's a great way to end it.
That's great. All right, good job, everybody.
Oh my god.
I have to
Oh
try
my
something
head hurts.
insane.
Yeah,
Wait, I
thank
have
you.
an idea. I
Yo.
do need a laser.
You need
Yes.
a laser.
Yeah, one. I got the sickest idea ever conceived
Okay.
by a laser.
All right. Can we drop
Anybody can
items?
get a laser. This works for anybody.
All right. I got this spot.
Got one. All right, everyone
All
in
right.
the car.
Everyone in the car?
How are
All
you
right.
gonna call it while we're in the car?
Yeah,
Wait, let me,
and you're gonna do a jump. Come to this jump. We'll do this jump.
Oh.
Which jump?
That. The jump over there. Where are you going?
The jump?
The jump thing, except for the other door. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to line up.
Woo! Oh! Oh! I drowned.
I drove
Hey.
too.
Hey, how are you doing?
Oh my god.
Well, I got my thumbnail.
Okay,
I don't know about y'all.
On that note, yeah. On that note, I think it is time for bed.
Yeah, it is time to go. Thanks again. Thanks for putting this together, by the way. This was really fun.
Yeah, of course. I'm glad that it worked out. We'll definitely have to see if we can get like a bigger group of people and just see how crazy it can get. And like,
I want an
I feel- if-
uncapped lobby of 50 people.
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like if we did that, we'd have to do teams. Like
Yeah.
get, like separate voice calls, and it's like teams of like people.
Yeah. We would definitely
this
need to
guy.
get
And try
some kind of separation of voices.
Look, Caddy.
Just
Oh,
get
that's
him on and drive as far as you can. Go as fast as you can.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's just gonna be that one scene from Epic, like
Messed up.
all I hear are screams.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh!
I hear a car.
Like, I think the only because I think you can do teams. Let me look.
Can I do a loop in the tunnel? Oh,
No,
there's a mine.
there's only a free for all mode right now. There's no teams. That sucks.
I feel like they can easily make that in the future.
Yeah.
I need to stop it. I need this cart. Do not. Return to something. Cool. There we go. Now, I need to get to the tunnel of love.
I saved you! Get back! I'll keep you safe. Oh! Oh, you missed. I missed. Oh, why? I was protecting you. Betrayed. Porque.
No say.
I can't fucking control that.
Oh, you can
Ooh,
honk.
it's flying. Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Let me do a loop.
Hold on. Oh, no. Okay.
No, you can't.
Hey, can someone try to hit something and then I honk the horn? Does it mess you up?
So try a combination of
Apparently not.
the coffee and the jump boots.
Yeah, they go really far.
Yeah, it's
They're
insane.
just giving me shotguns. Okay.
Okay. For real though, we should probably.
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
you have homework.
I have 3 shoes.
Oh no, what are you gonna do with your shoes?
I'm just trying to get shoes.
I don't know. I got 3 shoes right now, but
Game.
coming back to you guys.
I have a full-on armory. Does anyone want some guns?
I can see that.
I'll be safe here.
Oh.
Okay. I think I'm going to raid out and
No, I used the boots
so
by
I could do
accident.
some homework. Y'all don't need to rush off or anything, but I'm gonna
No,
raid out and start saying
I'll be
bye.
done.
it is close to 1 a.m.
Yeah,
here.
I'm
I think
doing
it is time for me to go.
Yeah.
Yes, I hear. I
So
gotta be up like around 8 in the morning.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little outro, so I will see y'all later. I'm gonna deafen for a little bit.
okay, I will also do the same then.
Alright.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
raid out.
Okay.
Mikei's machine. I'm getting Mikei's machine. Okay.
Alright.
Okay. See ya.
Can I raid? Who's awake at this time?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Well, thank you all for joining me here today. It was wonderful having y'all. Let's see if there's anyone that we can raid. I don't know of anyone who's like live at this hour. Let's see here. Let us see. Yeah, no, not really. So I think y'all are, especially since at least on our end it's not going to be that many. So we're just gonna call it. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, and I'll see y'all tomorrow for some Rain World. Hopefully my voice will be, there. So, yeah, I'll see y'all then. Have a good one. Have a good night. Bye-bye.